How much of your superiors explained to you, Constable?
Only that the three were slain in open ground, their heads found severed from their bodies.
Murder! The horseman's killed again!
Their heads were not found severed. Their heads were not found at all.
The horseman comes! And tonight he comes for you!
You must believe me. It was a horseman, a dead one, headless.
Watch your head.
Welcome, everybody, to Midnight Cinema. I am Art Hennessy here in San Diego, California.
And I am Erik, and we have murders here in Salem, Massachusetts, without the benefit of ghouls and goblins. If there is a podcaster here, I will seek him out. That's two people. That's two characters. 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
So if you haven't caught on from Eric's clue this week in his introduction, we are talking this week about Sleepy Hollow, a 1999 film directed by Tim Burton and starring Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci, Miranda Richardson, Michael Gambon, Casper Van Diem, and Jeffrey Jones. And a cameo from a big star in here that I will leave secret for now.
Couple of cameos.
Correct.
And I listen to all of our podcasts because I feel like I have to. And you always are like, if you haven't guessed from Eric's clue at the beginning, you can always just look at the frickin' title of the podcast. So they already know that it's Sleepy Hollow.
I know.
And I loved your last thumbnail. Art does all the thumbnails. Are we calling them thumbnails? They don't look like a thumb.
Our
What do you
episode
call it?
artwork,
Episode artwork. You're always, and you're starting to come up with some new shit. And I just like when you do the beginning of the podcast where you're like, oh, I'll do this. Keep it at 45 seconds, Art. I will. And then now you start messing with the artwork. It's awesome. I would say, screw it. I don't care how long the opening is.
I know.
And Art does all the artwork is what I'm saying. And it was so funny last time. We were just admiring the nubile body
of Kurt Russell.
Of Kurt Russell.
Jack Burton, in case nobody listened to that last episode. Big Trouble in Little China was our last episode.
And a lot of people are, though. They are. A lot of people have been texting me that quoting the movie. So thank God we were quoting the movie or we would have been in trouble.
There's a fan base out there. And I will tell you, for our listeners, totally unplanned, our podcast dropped on the anniversary date of the release of Big Trouble in Little China, and we didn't even plan that.
We planned it. No. But this one's a clunker, Sleepy Hollow. No, I'm just kidding.
But we're here to talk about Sleepy Hollow, Erik.
Yay.
We're here. This is what we're talking about this week. 1999. So back in the 90s when they still made movies.
I was that was my last year, I think, in Los Angeles. I got married in 99.
Yeah.
It came out in 99, and I went to the Mann's Chinese Theater.
For the premiere.
Saw this. Yes. I saw Sleepy Hollow in the theaters, and it was one of those huge-ass screens. You know, in L.A., there's freaking screens are the size of a building. You know, they're huge. And I was so excited about Sleepy Hollow because I thought, oh, my gosh, how are they going to do this? How are they going to do it but make it? And I was so excited, and it paid off, man. I'll just tell you right now. I remember seeing it in that theater. And so there you go. I just want to say that. I saw it when it came out, 99, got married, and my entire wedding was Headless Horseman themed. I came out as the Headless Horseman. I couldn't fucking see, and I fell, and the gun went off, and it was just people were screaming. No. You remember, right? You were there.
Yeah.
No, it didn't affect me that much, but yeah.
Yeah, I think you and I, just to go into our history just a little bit, I think you and I had just met maybe like a year or two before this. I think 97 would have been when you and I first met. Yeah. You were still living in LA, but I was in a show. I was in, they had cast me in A Christmas Carol, which was your production. But you were still in LA and you would come back to play Scrooge the first couple of years. Yeah. So,
wow, look at that.
I know.
Oh, wow.
But I'll tell you this. I watching this, we'll get into it. I wish I had the benefit of having seen this in the theater. I did not. I did not see this when it came out. So I only saw it subsequently.
Is this a first watch for you, Art? Why don't you tell everybody that you've never seen this before?
I
Do it.
have seen this before.
But
like I said, I watched it. I must have watched it on DVD or streaming at some point.
Okay.
But well, it wouldn't have been streaming. Close after it came out, but I think I rented it probably from a video store. Remember that we used to do that not that long ago? But I did remember. But like some movies, Erik, that we do on here, I watched it and promptly forgot a lot about it. Like I didn't remember a lot about it. But like I said, we're going to get into it. I was watching it on a smaller screen. So that's going to be a big part of this. So that's my history with it. And let's just briefly talk a little bit about the history of Sleepy Hollow in general. Obviously, starting as a short story by Washington Irving, which I don't even know if they do this anymore. That was a story that I read in school. Like it was. Yeah. We read it in middle school. I remember we read that story, this Legend of Sleepy Hollow. And then there was also, which I was so surprised watching this, there's a very famous Disney cartoon that was made in the 1940s.
It's
Bing
a short.
Crosby is a voice.
Who?
Bing Crosby is actually one of the voices, I noticed. But,
and he sings it, right? He's like, there's a headless horseman coming after me.
But it has very striking visuals that really imprint on you of the headless horseman and Ichabod Crane, who right out of the story, I'll just say, the story takes place in upstate New York, where a lot of Washington Irving's short stories took place, and Ichabod Crane is one of the characters. Such a great name, I have to say, Ichabod Crane. That Washington Irving gave us Ichabod Crane and Rip Van Winkle as far as characters in names.
And a couple more. I read the Brom Bones.
Yes.
Katrina. I don't think she had her last name in the Van Tassel.
Yeah, Washington Irving is kind of like Dickens. He just nails it with names. Just absolutely nails it.
He's America's Dickens.
Yes, right.
That's the way it is.
But the short story
see it? Did you
What's
see
that?
Did you see the animated?
Oh yeah, I saw it when I was a kid. It used to be on. I think they would play it around Halloween time. It was almost like a thing that Disney Channel would play. Not Disney Channel, but the Wonderful World of Disney would have on. Because I remember watching it on the TV when I was a kid. And it very much has a really great design. I watched it again here for our podcast. Clips from it. I watched clips from it.
So you'll know some similarities that Tim Burton added in the film, right?
Didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that there are some direct lifts like right out of that cartoon. So,
well, you know, Art, if you watch this movie, Sleepy Hollow, as many times as I have, you think I've only watched like 24 movies in my life with the amount of times. Either that or I hole up in the middle of the night and watch these movies. But yeah, there's so many things I pick out, and I just love watching this movie. I'm ruining our end because I'm already telling you, gosh darn it, how much I like this. And I picked it. I picked it, which is very unusual for this podcast. I never pick the movies. That's a lie.
So, I'll just start sort of by saying that, you know, it's based on this Washington Irving story that takes place up in New York State, upstate. And the story is very simply about a school teacher who's up there. And he's kind of superstitious. He likes hearing scary stories. This is in the Washington Irving story. He kind of enjoys that. And he's somebody that a lot of people, he's interesting in the town, but he gets involved in a love triangle, sort of, in the story. But at the end, he comes face to face with what he thinks is the Headless Horseman, which is supposedly the ghost of a dead Hessian who's a German. That was the Germans were the Hessians who had a role in sort of keeping Americans in line for the British. And so there's a whole aspect of this story that ties into that. But in this telling, his head was taken off by a cannonball. This Hessian, yeah.
Yeah.
So in the end, he confronts this headless horseman, and there's a chase. And the next morning, I just always remember the story, and the Disney cartoon ends this way too.
Yeah. The covered bridge.
Covered bridge.
Yeah.
And in the end, the next morning, all that's there is a smashed pumpkin and the horse that he rode on. Gunpowder, I think, in the story and in the Disney cartoon.
Gunpowder. The horse's name is Gunpowder.
Gunpowder. So all that they find of Ichabod Crane is the smashed pumpkin. And
because
that's
the
it.
headless horseman hurls it at Ichabod Crane. And I want to point out that in the book, Ichabod Crane is a school teacher, and I guess the correct term would be he's a dick.
Yeah, he's
and he's listed as unattractive. He's unattractive. And
they describe him in great depth. The kind of, I think, Eric, one of the descriptions I remember from the book, is that if you were to look at him riding a horse in the sunset and the sunset was behind him, so he looked like a shadow, you would think a scarecrow was riding a horse. Like, I think that was the description that they used.
Yes. And I think Disney used this character, the general idea of the character physically, for the guy in The Little Mermaid. Oh, Erik. If you look at that guy, you look like, oh my God, it's Ichabod Crane's dad.
Yeah. So very tall, thin, wiry, with sort of like a very long nose and ears that stick out. It very like distinct character. So Erik, when you're casting a movie for that, the first person you think of is who?
Johnny Depp. You just described Johnny Depp.
Yeah, the first person I think of Ichabod Crane is Johnny Depp.
If I was going to cast Ichabod Crane in a movie about Sleepy Hollow, I'd be like, well, gosh, it's Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, or maybe what's his name with the awesome eyebrows that played the Penguin. He could do it. Well, any sexy man.
Yes.
Well, Tim Burton said, nope, we're going to make Ichabod Crane internally uptight.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
I imagine from what my little research, the studios said we're going to make him internally, because Depp, as we know, Johnny Depp can transform. He can do all of that. He can, sort of like, I will say, sort of a little like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise can transform. We all think of Tropic Thunder, that role he played like in Tropic Thunder, the producer, the really rough, the balding producer.
Yes.
Depp can do the same. He can do that. We've seen him in Tim Burton movies sort of completely transform how he looks. And he was game for it. Depp was apparently game for using prosthetics and having big ears. He was like actually a little pumped.
Yeah, I'd be excited to. I love doing, I love changing my face for movies or for even what am I talking about? Theater. So for theater, I love adding extra bits, pot bellies or things like that. Fun fact is my wife Orsino always wears a wig in a show. Like, she picks a wig for the character and wears it, which I always think is interesting. She never uses her real hair.
Ah, interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now you do. But I love doing like prosthetic teeth. It helps you find the character. But for this one,
but apparently he was up for it. But I think the studios were like, no, we're not going to have a movie with Johnny Depp that's a period piece, and he's going to look weird. Like we're just
wow.
We'll have him look weird in Edward Scissorhands. We'll have him look weird because that's sexy weird.
That's like
that's sexy. Yeah. Sexy goth weird.
It is,
But when Johnny Depp starts talking about, I'm going to have a long pointy nose and big ears, the studio, I'm sure, is like, okay, this is not, no. And so, but it is Johnny Depp and Tim Burton teaming up. They are kind of a team here at this point. They've done a couple of movies by now, right? Have they done Willy Wonka yet? They haven't done that.
No, yet. Disaster. No, I mean, that great film. No, we should do that because that's a horror movie, in my opinion. I'm like, what the hell happened there? But yes, he chose Johnny Depp again because he likes working with him. So I think he worked with him twice before. So, and
Yeah.
one of them was definitely Edward Scissorhands.
And
But
Ed
this
Wood.
one-
Ed Wood would have been
And
there.
Ed Wood.
Yeah.
Is that
Mhm.
after?
That was first. That was like the first thing, wasn't it?
Was
Ed
it?
Wood?
I don't
Yeah,
know. We
I
don't
think
know.
so.
We're not freaking movie people. We don't know this shit. There was some casting. The casting for the most part in Sleepy Hollow, I'm all over it, with a couple of exceptions.
Yeah, but they got a. I will say they got a good cast of actors here lined up in
sure
this
did.
movie. We'll talk about it as we get in.
Are we going to talk about the actual movie? I guess
we'll talk about it as we go on then, because we're starting it. Well, let's start.
We're going to start.
So
All right,
we
let me
open.
start. It's the opening.
Yeah, right away you notice the music. It's kind of a gorgeous, sort of nice. I like it. I joked at the top of the podcast saying the 1990s when we still made movies. Do you kind of know what I'm saying, Eric, when I say that? This is a movie when it starts. The score sounds like a movie.
Yes.
The film grain is right. It's like you're like, oh, we used to make movies.
Yes.
And
hopefully we're coming back to that. But I do feel the same way, because all you're seeing is, I forget, what's the one with the tiger that comes through the brush, which is a movie company. They're showing
Mandalay, I think, is the studio logo.
So they're showing studio logos, and you're already in it because of the music. You're just
That's right.
What's happening here? What's happening here?
Yeah.
So
and we open up, and it's gorgeously lit cinematography of paperwork. Basically, it starts with paperwork, right? It starts with a will. We see last will and testament. We see
blood.
A name being put on there.
Blood, right? Blood. No, but you're thinking the whole time it's blood. You're thinking this is blood. This is blood. It was very well done. Very well done.
Yeah, and we get a sort of red wax seal, and it's put in there. I just like all these reveals because we know we're supposed to pay attention to it. The seal says Van Garrett on it. It has a windmill. It's very great. It's great. All close. I love the way it looks already. I'm drawn in because, like I said, I'm like, well, I like the score. I like this. I'm trying to figure out. And then we see a man's in a cart. A coach that has the Van Garrett symbol. The Van Garrett coat of arms is on this carriage that's driving. Yeah.
But this opening credit scene, if you're not paying attention to it and you love the movie as much as I do, when you've watched it, a million times, the opening credits now, I'm just going, yep, yep. Because there's a plot to this movie, and the opening credits pretty much are telling you, Once you know after the movie unfolds, a lot is revealed to you here in this opening. This man in a carriage. The really cool part, this podcast is going to be another 7-hour podcast because of me. I'm going to keep stopping you. But what I loved about that opening credit was the blood drips, the thick blood drips, which reminded me of Suspiria a little bit. Like you said, turns into, nope, it's wax. So good for you, Tim Burton, already roping us in. And then the next scene that you're talking about, even more. The colors, the just everything about this opening sequence is cool, including our guy in it with no dialogue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Bela Lugosi's in there. He's in the carriage, right? Is it Bela Lugosi?
Martin Landau is the actor you're looking for. Yes.
Just
so people aren't confused that they have the corpse of Bela Lugosi in the carriage, which I wouldn't put it past Tim Burton. But Tim Burton loves to bring back these old sort of connections from other movies that also have connections to other cultural references. So yes,
Martin Landau.
Yeah, we're seeing Martin Landau. No words, like you said. Nope. He's very troubled. The carriage is racing through cornfields at night with mist all around. We're getting the idea of the vibe of this movie. It looks great. Like you said, the carriages and the costumes all are on point right away. Yep. I'm being drawn in here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we get our first attack here by the horseman.
Great sound effects. You see Martin Landau looking around, and all you hear is like And so I'm trying not to make this a thing in podcasts. I'm not trying to find anything, but it's clear in this one. So I have to count heads. So we're going to do, this is head number 1. It's head number 1.
Yes.
Head
Yeah,
number
because
1.
the cart gets stopped. Ends up off the cart because the horseman gets the carriage driver is what happens. Yeah.
And we don't see
But
the
Martin
horseman.
Landau doesn't know that at first. He doesn't know that that's happened.
Nope.
He's inside the carriage and he hears the swing. So when he looks out, suddenly there's a headless person driving the carriage. The carriage driver's body is just standing up. I don't know what the physics of all of that are, but it's a great image.
He's really strapped in there. He's really
strapped into those reins. So he ends up off the carriage and running through the cornfields, running through there's corn everywhere, tall stalks of corn. Yeah, and then he runs into, we get our reference here. I told you a lot of references to scarecrows in that first Washington Irving story, and right in the middle of the cornfield, he runs into a scarecrow that has a large pumpkin for a head.
For those of you who need a reference, he runs into Skeleton Jack will get you in the back. It's Skeleton Jack before he jumps in the well and turns to a full skeleton. This is his costume.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. I didn't connect that, Eric. Yeah. But so we get like a scarecrow, he's there, and then he's gonna lose his head too, this guy.
Head number 2.
Yes.
And I'm sure you love this about Martin Landau's performance, because I was waiting for it based on our conversations with podcasts, and he didn't do the thing that you are pissed off that everybody does. He doesn't go, huh? Oh, what's this? Phew. He doesn't do any of that. You won't even hear it. He's just kind of like, oh, phew, but he doesn't say anything. So great actor. Thanks, Martin Landau.
Yeah.
Credits. Jeez.
When we hear that swing, we just see the blood on the pumpkin face goes.
Blood spurt. Yeah. Great opening. It's a great opening. 2 heads already.
2 heads in the opening.
In less than, what is that, minute and a half? 2 minutes? We lost 2 heads.
And we're going to cut to the big city, New York City.
New York City.
And it even gives us a time frame. We're in 1799. So we're right on the cusp. It's interesting to me because this movie was, 99, right before 2000. So if you were seeing it at that time, we're coming up on Y2K. And we're going to have a few mentions here about this is almost the turn into the next century as well here in this country. Yep. And so what people should understand, 1799 in here, I mean, we're only 20 years off from the American Revolution. And so this is very early still in the United States.
It's a cool set. It looks real. It looks, it's one of those semi-overpopulated sets where you're like, there's a lot of people.
But it looks good. It's a good representation. It's New York City, and we hear that somebody's calling for help.
Murder! There's a murder here.
And this is where we're going to meet Ichabod Crane.
Yes. None other. I love when he says that. He's got this voice. Johnny Depp created this voice, which I don't think it's. I want your opinion on this. I don't think that you borrowing voices from other actors, just like we did at Big Trouble Little China, he did the same thing. But Johnny Depp is kind of borrowing from one of my favorites, from Fright Night.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's a very Peter Vincent.
Yeah, Roddy McDowall.
Yeah, Roddy McDowall. Yeah, you can just hear it if you listen to it. So good job, Johnny Depp. And I just love it. None other. So he's kind of a jackass already. Is that you, Ichabod? None other.
He pulling a body up out of the river. Here.
Nice corpse. Yeah. It's a good corpse, right? It's a nice. The prop it's good. Tim Burton's not. He's doing. This is pre-CG for that kind of stuff. So good job with that.
Yeah, and so we see a little here. The body's brought in, and Johnny Depp wants to examine the body. When he brings it in, where is he bringing it into? This looks like is this a police station or a prison? It looks great. The set is fantastic. There's like cages and grates, and and it's made out of brick. It looks like a dungeon transformed into like a police intake station or something. I don't know.
I think you just nailed it, Art. It is the dungeon jail police station. That's what it is. And there's the things you talk about, the grates are, I think they're called murder holes, where you where you take a prisoner and you just toss him in there. And I love the guy when Ichabod Crane is like, I need to do an autopsy. And the guy goes, cut him up. Are we heathens? And then the guy gets brought in. What's he done? Burglary. And the guy just goes, he gives a nod like, and they throw him in the murder hole. Are we heathens? So I think right away there's some comedy there. I thought it was very funny.
Yeah, and also setting up our themes, right, Erik, of
yes,
there's reason and science and enlightenment, and then there's sort of justice by the Bible of the Old Testament type of these themes are going to clash. We're sort of seeing them set up against each other already, because you can see that Ichabod is looking at that like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is ridiculous here. And so we're going to then cut into that Ichabod is at court. Now he's gone to court about this situation.
Yeah. He's mad. He's mad because they're just not doing science.
Correct. And I think what's going on here is he isn't able to do the scientific examination on the body that he wants to do, because now they're just like, get rid of these bodies, burn them.
Yeah.
Burn it. Yeah. And the judge, Erik, another, this is a Tim Burton special here, is none other than Christopher Lee in a little cameo. Yeah.
Another Dracula. Can you believe that? Martin Landau, Christopher Lee, both Draculas. Not just a vampire, they're both Draculas.
Yeah. And this is where we really get the idea of the old ways of doing things. And Ichabod is, I have methods. That's the way we're going to solve crimes. Is this new way of doing things, and he's sort of arguing that to the court.
Yeah, Christopher Lee's great at this because he's high up on that pulpit. And Christopher Lee, did you know he talks like I do? I can't help looking at the way people talk and walk. That's my thing. It's like, how do they talk with their mouth and how do they walk? I don't know why, but I talk with my bottom teeth first. So you see my bottom teeth. And Christopher Lee is super big on that. He's like, you Ichabod Crane. I mean, he's so good for his, 2 minutes or 90 seconds of time.
It's very quick, but it's important because they are going to send him to go help upstate. He said, we have a case for you. Yeah, and it's gonna put you to the test. So they're gonna send him up. Have you ever heard of a place called Sleepy Hollow?
Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, and so they're gonna send him up there. It's an isolated farming community, he says, by primarily Dutch people. That's a way to
the
describes
Dutch.
it.
Yeah, a lot of Dutch.
It's Dutch, and I'm going to mention that here in a few minutes. But the crime is what, Erik? What have they found? What's happened up there?
They found is it two persons with their heads? Three? Yeah, three persons with their heads lopped off. And Christopher Lee is like, I think he says lopped off. And then so now they're going to send Ichabod Crane to go up there and then bring back the murderer and face good justice. But this is where it sets up that it's a murder mystery.
Yes.
This is now a murder mystery.
And Ichabod Crane is our detective.
Yes.
And
he's a detective.
He's not a school teacher in this. If you're watching this based on what your previous knowledge is, we are like, okay, this is our Ichabod Crane. He's not a school teacher. He's dreamy handsome because he's Johnny Depp. And he's also a man of science and has his scientific things.
And like you said, a detective, but very awkward. He's very handsome, but he's not, that's all he's got going for him because his attitude and his manner, you're just like, oh, this guy's kind of nerdy. Uppity.
Yeah. It's almost as if, when we were talking about Johnny Depp before, he had an idea of the physicality that he wanted for this. I think that he desired for this character. And I think a lot of the performance we're going to see here, especially earlier in the movie, Erik, is I think it's him trying to find a way to give that performance without all of the implement. He's trying to find a way to make that come across, but he's also aware that he doesn't have all of those features. So it's an interesting performance because if you're going into this movie cold, this is the way I was looking at it this time. You're a little like, who is this guy? He seems very sure in science, but he also seems a little jumpy and a little scared of things. Sometimes we're going to talk about as we go on, but yes. I think it's an interesting performance. It's offbeat. It's an offbeat performance, I would say.
I'll tell you now that I don't dislike Johnny Depp as an actor, but I'm not a fan where I just think, oh my gosh, I'm going to see this movie because Johnny Depp is in it. I just think he got super lucky with directors that love him, because really I could think of any number of people who could have been Ichabod Crane. So for me, I'm glad he kind of did this because at least he's playing some quirky person. So if it wasn't Johnny Depp, I would have been fine with it. So this is my first one where I'm like,
So we're talking while we're here, Erik, talking about this offbeat performance. This is where there are times in the movie, even right here in this scene, and a little bit in the previous scene, I said with that dungeon police station. But here you mentioned like Christopher Lee up on that big bench, looking down at him. And I think this movie, much as Depp is trying to figure out a way to get this quirky performance without the accoutrement of having all those things like a nose and ears, I feel like Burton is also bumping up against, like, you could see a more heightened version of this scene, Erik, with like a taller platform that Christopher Lee is on. And he's right, you see, you're laughing, right? You can imagine a Burton vision where, because the reason I bring this up is you mentioned you're going to find out Ichabod Crane, because the line is like, you, Ichabod Crane, are now going to be put to the test.
Yes, with his finger.
Yeah, with his finger, right. But it looks rather realistic and naturalistic, whereas my mind immediately could see in Burton's mind a much more exaggerated version of this that I could project. Does that make sense what I'm saying to you? It's like
I'm glad he didn't do it, because
I am too.
It's real. The thing about Sleepy Hollow, this movie, is that it takes place in a reality. It's just that every single person in this film is a caricature, visual caricature, almost, except for Johnny Depp and then Brom Bones. Everyone else is the most incredibly awkward and unique looking individual, and that with the sets and everything makes it what's the word we're looking for? Makes it cartoonish, or what you're talking about, over the top, without actually doing it. Because I agree. The Dungeon Police Department is an example.
It's intriguing to me. But now we're going to meet those people, right? Because he's heading out now. This is where we get our opening credit sequence, where I'm just, my first time watching it, I'm looking at all the names it's ticking off. And I'm like, oh, this cast is, I'm like, okay, there's Michael Gambon, and it's like ticking off all these people that I know. And I'm like, oh wow, there's a lot of good cast in this. And I should say the scenery is stunning. He's riding out into what it's supposed to be upstate New York, but we should say that they did contemplate shooting this on location in upstate New York, and they scouted out a lot of locations. But this is England. This is they're filming this right. They eventually went to England. And we're going to talk about it because I was really impressed with what they're doing in this movie with the landscape. But this is long landscapes with rivers. He's passing through them. And we're getting shots of things inside the cab. He has a journal book that he keeps writing in that has, it's sort of like his notes on crimes and plus sketches of inventions. We're seeing that he's clearly an inventor or something. He has sort of sketches of devices and things in there. You're
always sketches in a Tim Burton movie. There's always somebody who draws bizarre things in notebooks. I love that. But I will also point out that the opening credits, I will skip. If I've seen a movie a bunch of times, I'll skip the opening credits. I don't skip these. I just love it. I love all the work that's put into it and the ghostly words coming on. Love it.
And so he's looking at these things. And we should say, before he leaves New York, he lets his pet go. He lets a little bird, a cardinal.
Python. I thought it was a snake. No.
Very bright red cardinal, I have to say.
Yes, but a very real cardinal.
Yes.
Because that was shot in the United States. So fun fact for the cardinal later on. But yeah, he lets this cardinal go very bright because what they did, Art, which I'm sure you know, because we're both nerds on this stupid digging deep for trivia, but they did this blue, I forget what it's called, but all of the reds really, really stick out.
Mm-hmm.
And so they used, I think, purple for a lot of it. So I don't even know if that cardinal was actually red or purple.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that made it look red, like this. Really,
but the cardinal's going to be important. We're going to see.
Yeah. Let's all remember the cardinal.
Let's remember the cardinal. It is important.
And let's remember that Johnny Depp, for some reason, has got all these holes in his hands. He's got to look at his hands like he's never looked at them before. Oh, exposition.
Like, it's giving us snatches of little things here, the journal, the hands. And we've been introduced, as you said, we know this is a mystery now. We know that it's a mystery. So we're also being keyed in. There's a mystery not only that he's going to solve. This is filmmaking cueing us in. There's a mystery about himself that we're going to have to solve.
And you're just getting little, like you said, little bits of it. But what'd you say? Little what? When something's a little bit, it's a what?
Little bit?
Yeah, you said we're getting little
glimpses.
No, wasn't glimpses. It was something else. I think you said what started with an S. Little snippets. No, what'd you say? No,
snatches or snippets.
Oh, what was it? What? So, no, what was the word?
I don't know. I don't know.
Said it.
Little snatches or little.
What was it? Didn't you say you're not getting any sleep now because of these podcasts?
You are
destroying you.
Oh my God.
Snippet. I just wanted to, you did it to yourself.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting a little.
So he arrives in Sleepy Hollow, which is a town they constructed in England.
Awesome. God,
on a pond, on a little fish pond. They constructed this town. The price tag, Eric, I was like, wow. I read it was only like 1.5 million for them to construct the little set of this town on the edge of this fish pond. And
a great set it is. Can you imagine, Art, because you were in Salem for a long time and I live in Salem. If Salem had this set just right in the middle of Salem, it's such an awesome, creepy village. And just very, what do you call that? Not two-door, where there's, it's wood on the bottom and then stucco on the top. So very... very storybook looking, creepy stuff. Great set. So
it looks great, and it's all constructed there. And he arrives, and I once again good here. He arrives and he's knocking on the door, and then he realizes he's on the porch of this house, and he looks, and off to his side down the end of the porch, there's two people making out, like going at it in the shadows just to the side, which I liked this, Eric, because it's like, oh, here we are, we're in this period piece and everything, and he's going up to this town that he doesn't know anything about, and he's going up on the porch, but it introduces this idea that off to the side, there's lust and there's something illicit going on off to the side, even as he's approaching up to this house. So I like stuff like that.
Yes.
And
here's another rewatch where if you watch it again, you're like, oh, I see. But I love that they're making out like just first time teenagers. Like my first makeout session in high school, they're just like, you hear them go,
Like they actually aren't seeing him for a little bit because they're so into to making out. Yeah. I love that too, because Erik, you can imagine the two actors who have to do that. They just have to keep doing it over again. It's like really, it's hilarious. But he enters, and then we enter the room, Erik. We enter the house, and it's like a party out of a painting, right?
Yeah, it's a beautiful set. It is amazing.
People all around, you're just like, it's kind of like an immersive experience you'd like to go into. Like if you went to like an immersive experience and you walked in and
like
it was
Sleep
this.
No More.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
And they all look, this is where I was going to mention, they mentioned, it reminded me of the lighting and how these people are dressed and how we're seeing them. Reminded me of like Dutch masters paintings, that are, those old oil paintings that we look with the people like. And so it just reminded me of those styles of paintings. And this is a Dutch settlement. So I think they're really taking inspiration from there. Really talented cinematographer, Lubetsky, I think you know from Children of Men, Gravity. Gravity, he shot. Yeah, he's a very famous cinematographer. He works a lot with Alphonse Cuarón, that director. But no,
Alphonse.
No, you know him because you know his movie. Children of Men. You know Children of Men.
I know Children of the Corn. Children of a Lesser God.
Right, but that's who's doing this, and we should say this production design is, as we've already mentioned several times. It's amazing. It won the Oscar. We should just say that flat out. This production, this art direction or whatever, won the Oscar. Really, really, really impressive stuff. So it's a great party, and they're playing a game. I'm going to ask Erik. I'm going to ask Erik if he knows this game that they're playing, if it's an actual game or they're making it up. But there's a woman blindfolded in the middle. This a young woman, she's blindfolded and she's going around, and there's lots of people sort of circling her. So we think it's like a blind man's bluff. It's that idea, but she's doing an incantation of something.
Yes,
and
she's reaching out and she's going, the Pickety Witch. Who's got the kiss for the Pickety Witch? And all the guys, it's all men around this person. So that when she grabs someone, she's supposed to guess who it is. And if she can't guess who it is, then she has to kiss them.
Okay.
And I think it's a play on, because I don't know if it's a real game, but it's a play on when you pass the ring, you're all holding a rope. You know that game? You have a rope and you have a ring on the rope and you go like this to pass the ring, and you're trying to fool the person in the middle to see if you have the ring or not. So I think it might be a similar game to that, but it's almost like spin the bottle.
That I know, but I don't know this ring game. I don't know this rope ring game. I don't know this at all.
You all stand in a frickin' circle. There's someone in the middle, and there's a rope, like a twine that you're all holding, and then you put a ring, like a wedding ring, on that, and you're supposed to like this, pass the ring around. No.
This seems extremely elaborate.
Yeah, and then you in the middle have to guess where the ring is, and the people doing it are trying to fool you. So there was a movie that did it too, and I forget what it is, but they're not doing that. They're doing Pickety Witch.
And so we're getting introduced to supernatural ideas. Like this is a town where even just in this little game, the Pickety Witch, there's a witch. There are witches here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she grabs somebody, but it happens to be Johnny Depp. It's Ichabod standing there. He's there. He's just walked in. So nobody in this town knows who he is.
Yeah.
So she grabs him.
And she tries to guess his name. Is it Theodore? No. Well, all right. Have a kiss on account. And she kisses him on the cheek. Ooh.
Yeah, she kisses him.
And we pull up the mask. And who is it? It's Wednesday Addams, ladies and gentlemen. Wednesday Addams, all grown up with blonde hair and the same forehead. It's Wednesday Addams. Christina Ricci. Yeah, Wednesday Addams. That's what I said.
Yeah, she's Wednesday Addams.
There you go.
Yeah, and she camera pans over really quick, and we have a hunky guy who used to fly a plane for the Starship Troopers.
Correct. He came back to Earth after wiping out the bugs. Do you want to know more? Watch Starship Troopers. You want to know more?
Watch Sleepy Hollow.
Starship Troopers. Come on.
Yeah. So we pull. Yeah, it's Casper Van Diem.
Casper.
Look, great name. He's looking great with those locks and the period costume. But he's very clearly, we get the idea that he's with Christina Ricci here.
Yeah,
his name's Katrina. Katrina is the name.
Katrina Van Tassel.
Van Tassel. Yeah.
Van Tassel. What a great name. I want to change my last name. Rodenheiser. I'm going to change it to Van something.
Yeah, and so he's not looking happy about her kissing him. No, and nobody knows who he is. He's an outsider. You were getting that feeling. Who are you?
We haven't heard your name yet.
That's right.
Can you imagine? Tim Burton he picked Casper Van Dien because one, the only technically other sexy person in this entire thing. Christina Ricci. I don't know, but I wonder if he saw Starship Troopers. And he said, wait a minute, I want to cast this guy because he's like, and everyone in this is so creepy and character like. It's so great. And I'm going to point out other people too in this that we get introduced to.
Yeah, because now Katrina, Christina Ricci, there, her father is going to come in.
Yes,
going to come into the room. He's I think, is this their home? I think this is their home.
Yes, you're welcome here, even if you are selling something. We get introduced to Dumbledore. We got Wednesday Addams and Dumbledore. Starship Troopers. What's the name of the actor? Michael Gambon?
Gambon. Yeah, Michael Gambon. Yeah.
Great. He's just great.
Yeah. And what's his first name in this movie? I forget the first name. Because it's Van Tassel.
Baltus Van Tassel.
Baltus. That's what I was trying to remember. I'm like, it's a really interesting name, Baltus. But it's going to be important to know that later because of when we're starting to figure some things out.
Yep.
But they give him. He's going to be staying at this house. Ichabod Crane.
Yep.
He reveals, I'm the detective sent from New York. Yep. And so they send him off to just sort of put away his things. And a servant woman comes in and sort of says, hey, I'm so glad that you're here. She kind of has a little exchange with Ichabod Crane. So like, I'm very, very glad that you're here.
And from an actor's point of view, I would have been pissed if I was that actor. No close up. She just walks in the room. She's in the back. It's like, thank goodness you're here. And I thought, oh my God, he's not even going to do a cut.
No, it's over.
We don't even care.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
We can see her clearly, though, at least.
Yeah, whatever. She's way back there.
She's like, I'm in a scene with Johnny Depp. Oh, he never even looks at me in the scene. He's just looking forward, and she sees me. We see her over his shoulder.
Yep.
Yeah, my big break.
Yep, big break.
But he goes downstairs to go into sort of a den with, there's a bunch, all these great actors.
Oh my God.
It's just arrayed in these costumes, Eric, with the wigs and the way they're sitting. This was where it really reminded me of a painting. Like it just the way that when he comes in that room and they're all just sort of arranged the way they're sitting, and you just look at them and you're like, this could be a painting hanging in a museum.
Yes. And just the choice of the actors, like the behind the scenes, if you watch it, I think Michael Gambon said, yes, I think we probably got chosen because we're all quite odd.
Well, they all, Eric, look of another time.
Oh, it's so good.
They look of another time.
So good.
Yeah.
And who's in the room? You got
we already met Baltus.
Already met Dumbledore, yes. Dumbledore's
we met him.
there, yeah.
So he's there. Yeah. And he's going to introduce us to Dr. Lancaster.
Dr. Lancaster, yes, who is who is that? That's the only one I don't have, Dr. Lancaster.
Yeah, he's not I didn't get him either. I don't know much about him.
He's a well-known British actor.
All these people are well known.
Yeah, you get to that person.
Yes.
Who else?
Introduced to Dr. Lancaster. We meet Reverend Steenwick.
The Reverend Steenwick. Yes, the Reverend Steenwick
is
unfortunately Charles Dietz.
No. Reverend Steenwick is Jeffrey Jones, isn't it?
Yeah, Charles Dietz.
Lydia. Yes.
Lydia, Charles Dietz.
Yes.
Yeah, so Charles Dietz is here.
Yeah. How would you feel about another year of high school, Ferris Bueller?
Right? I suppose the grandmother's still alive too.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And then he's also, of course, Jeffrey Jones, because he fits right in this milieu. It's got too many notes. Just cut a few and it'll be perfect. Amadeus. He's the emperor in Amadeus. Perfect. Yeah.
Got a few.
There it is.
Yeah, this was his portly stage.
Yes.
Jeffrey Jones. I'm like, whoa, Jeffrey.
Yeah. He's in a lot of horror movies. He's in Devil's Advocate. He's in that too as kind of a slimy lawyer.
But Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Right? Or is it Howard the Duck or Mom and Dad Save the World? He's in one of those. Yeah. I think he's in Howard the Duck.
Yeah. But he's got a great wig. These guys all have this. It's a great wig as the Reverend. And then we meet Magistrate Phillips. We're going to meet him. So we've met Dr. Lancaster, Reverend Steenwick, and the Magistrate Phillips. Is that
the
how
Magistrate?
You
I believe it's that one is Harry Potter's uncle.
Yeah, Richard Griffiths is the actor. He's a very famous stage actor. And
he's Harry Potter's uncle.
That's how people can envision him. Yes. He's a very, very rotund man. I would say that. Yes.
And his wig is perfect. I mean,
and he's the type of actor in a lot of movies he's in. He's always got like a handkerchief blotting his forehead, and he's. Yeah, and
so I do want to talk about the wigs and stuff. What they did so well in this, Tim Burton, was they've been wearing these for a while. It doesn't look like these are like, costumes. These are the wigs that they have and that they wear. So really, really well done costumes, and just so well done.
Going back to my comment earlier, Erik, to just sort of follow up about this was when they were still making movies, right? So
you're going to keep saying that.
I know, but it makes me, when I watch this, what you just mentioned, the costumes are distressed. They're worn. They're, and these are the types of things you must notice when we watch a Netflix produced movie. When we watch things today, they have the costumes and they look like they just put them on. They were just sewn from brand new materials and put on. But what you're seeing when you watch a movie like Sleeping Out, when you watch movies from like the 90s, right? You are seeing costuming that is being produced by people that have been working in the movie industry for 40 years. You see what I mean? And they know how to do this. Is all this they talk about. Whenever you see behind the scenes on movies where they work in England at some of those like Pinewood Studios and things.
Pinewood Studios coming up.
But they talk about these American directors go over there. They go, you start working with the craftsmen who are building the sets, like the carpenters, and they'll go like, oh yeah, my dad worked here as a carpenter. I'm the second generation of movie carpenter, like in my family. Like my dad worked on movies that were made back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. And now I'm in the game.
And you weren't around in Salem when we did Pirates, right? We used to play these Pirates.
I think that was before my time. Yeah, just before. Before.
One of the main things that I did was we would distress the costumes. Because if these are pirates coming up, worn, you've got to have distress. We use a chocolate, cocoa powder. Tea is another one. Tea for your ruffles. You stain it with frickin' tea. And I still do that. Here's a shameless plug for Professor Spindlewink's World of Wizardry in Salem, Massachusetts. When we were building that fantasy world, I said, look, this is not new shit. So if we're in the wizard's chamber, it has to look somewhat distressed. If there's a pillar, it needs to be broken a little bit. So I love people putting attention into it, and they sure did with this one. Plus
but they did. They were doing that, but now you're not going to see this type of work as much.
But we're not talking about that.
No, but I wanted to bring that up and as a compliment to this movie.
Yes.
So he meets these are basically the town elders, the town the town bigwigs that he's in here.
But there's one more.
There's one more. Notary. This guy's great in this movie.
Yes.
Notary James Hardenbrook, right? Yeah.
No, it's Batman's butler.
That's how you know.
We'll be taking a lunch today.
And he is it a glass eye, Erik? Or is it what's up with his eye?
He has I think it's a nod to Edgar Allan Poe. He has an evil eye.
Oh, that's what they. Okay.
It's a washed out blind. He's got one blind eye. So it's called, I think it's called, they call it an evil eye. Yeah, but it's a blind. He's got that blind, glossy eye.
Mhm.
So really, really good, greasy hair, and he's unshaved. You know, he's got,
like I
looks
said,
like
he's
me right now.
he's great. Yeah, and so we have the doctor, a reverend, a magistrate, and a notary walk into a bar and walk into a movie. But so
It's good.
so they're gonna tell him, you know, do you know why you were sent here? And he's like, yes, there were 3 people murdered and decapitated. The way he's walking around the room, did you notice that? He's like, there was this one person, and he leans into them, decapitated.
Yes.
This is Ichabod Crane. And then he walks and he talks a little bit more, and then he leans into another person, decapitated. Like, he's, like I said, it's an odd sort of character thing. And I think it's like he's trying to establish that he knows what he's talking about here. And
Yes, it's true, because this is where we see Ichabod Crane has got that false sense of, you know, you meet somebody and they think, oh, yes, I'm in control of the situation because I really know that I'm not. So it's like he's putting on airs.
Right.
Yeah. And
Yeah. But then they get him with something because he says,
well, he goes, their heads were found 7. And he goes, no.
Yeah.
This is where the principal, Ferris Bueller principal, says, oh, no, the heads were not found severed. The heads were not found at all. And he got the thing with his tongue, at all. So now we're seeing, wait a minute, this is, something's up here, because then Batman's butler says, taken by the headless horseman, taken back to hell.
Yes.
I've retired, but I've come out of retirement because Tim Burton said you should do it. So just great lines, but it's setting up the thing. And then Baltus is going to tell you, I love that shot. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Where he's talking and he says, you know, that Hessian, and it goes into the fireplace.
Yes.
So now you're going back in time. I really love that shot. Love it.
Yeah, because what we should say is that the headless horseman, and so Ichabod is disturbed. You can tell the idea that the heads were not found is already in his mind. His criminal
what?
detective mind is going, huh? That doesn't. And they say it's the headless horseman. Now we're going to hear about the headless horseman. It's a transition. We're going to have a flashback scene to the origin story, Erik, of the Hessian, the headless horseman.
This is another one, Art. I don't know why. I don't know whether Tim Burton's like, this is exactly the reaction I want, or he just is thinking, I know I really need to get this actor because I think he'd be good. So this one just, it was a little striking when this was revealed. So we should say Michael Gambon, what's his name? Baltus is telling us this story. And like I said from the story, the Hessians, they're saying, were sent to the U.S. to keep them loyal to the British. But this particular guy, this Hessian, he liked doing it. He liked the cruelty. Yes,
he got off on that.
He didn't do it for love of country, but for love of carnage. What a great line.
And so we cut into, it's a battle and the horseman is there. There's like bright flames. There's something behind lighting him up.
You know what, Dracula, remember Bram Stoker's Dracula?
And did you notice Francis Ford Coppola, producer on this movie?
Yeah,
I noticed.
It reminds me of that. And who is the Headless Horseman, Art? Who is our actor?
Well, he turns around and
tell me. Go ahead. Please. You tell the podcast.
At this point, he has a head.
Yeah.
He does have a head at this point.
He does.
And, yeah.
And hair coming up. His hair is coming up.
Spiked up as if he was, say, I don't know, like Christopher Walken from the 1990s.
We're both so good at Christopher Walken.
Oh, I don't know if
I think Jesse's probably listening to this podcast and going, "You guys suck."
What do you got? Who are they trying to imitate? It is Christopher Walken.
Oh my God, with his hair,
spiked up, and we're gonna instantly understand why. But he smiles at all the carnage, and what do we notice?
He's a dentist's dream. He's got every single tooth. He's got our vampire teeth. Every single one is a pointed. He looks like
the Jaws poster.
Yeah.
Like
yes. him and Jaws going at it, I think he might win. He's like, ah!
Yeah. He's got to show the teeth, so he bears his lips back because they put all that work into the teeth.
So it's
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
And he's slashing people, killing them left and right. And this is, we're told in the narration here, he filed his teeth down to sharp points to just make him more terrifying, make him more intimidating to everybody.
Yes. And we're going to also notice that there's 5 heads. So we're on head count number 5. So
total in the movie, yes.
Total 5. 3 Christopher Walken chopping them off like freaking a knife and a baguette. It's great.
Yeah. And he has like a sword, and that sword, when it cuts through it's a sound effect. Swing. Like swing, swing, swing. Yeah. It's like, we always
also hear the little, like you're slicing through a freaking thick donut. It's just like, you hear this that's underneath it. It's great sound for the heads coming
all
off.
this carnage. But then they say they caught up to him. Things caught up to the headless, the Hessian, this horseman in winter of 79.
Yes.
So
the
winter of 79.
The Western Woods art. The Western Woods.
So we see that Christopher Walken is getting cornered by all these people, by people chasing him, falls off his horse,
This horse gets shot.
The horse gets shot.
I forget what his horse's name is, but it's a specific. I forget.
Daredevil.
Daredevil. Yes.
Daredevil is the name of the horse.
From the book Daredevil.
It might be, yeah, because the horses' names I think were the same as in the book.
Yes, but you see, he's got Christopher Walken. He like petting the horse, like, oh no, the horse is dead. So he's not all bad.
Right. Save the cat moment, Erik.
Save the cat moment.
But here, he's going to escape. He's going to run into the woods, but he runs into 2 little girls gathering wood. They look great. They look like they're fantastic. They're the cousins of the 2 girls from The Shining, right?
Yes, they're twins. They're twins.
Yeah.
Yep. And he goes, he sees them. Shh. And it's winter too. There's snow on the ground. Yeah.
And I did like this. One of the little girls, he goes, shh, don't tell them where I am.
Yep.
Right. And one of the little girls lifts up a stick right in front of him and cracks the stick and it makes a big noise.
Yeah, little brat. Little brat.
I know it was, but she gives him away. But she's probably been taught to not like Hessians. So that's what I think is like the little girls.
I don't know if this is a good time to point it out, or maybe I shouldn't point it out at all. But apparently we and Tim Burton and everybody are saying that wrong. Apparently it's Hessians.
Okay, Hessians.
But we're going to say Hessians because everybody else
We're going to say whatever. Yeah.
Whatever the hell we want.
But she snaps it, and that gives him away. That gives him away.
I just love that. I'm going to do it for you. Ready? Nobody else can be able to see it, but he's like this. He's like, ah! And now we're at head count number 8. Yes, 8 heads in this movie so far.
He fights pretty hard.
Yes,
but he's overpowered.
Yeah,
and then he loses his head.
Yep. So
and it's slightly comical because it's Christopher Walken's head.
It is.
Right? It's a little, when the head comes off and it's just his head, it's a little like, there's something I couldn't help but giggle a little bit. It's not that it looks terrible, but it's because it's his Walken's head.
That's the only reason, Art, is because he chose Christopher Walken to be the Headless Horseman. He's like, my God, I can't let him talk. Because
he's not going to.
He'd be like, oh, my head.
I'm just going to lay it right here. I'm thinking in the movie, watching it the first time through, I'm thinking that Christopher Walken's in this movie because later we're going to hear him and we're going to get a Christopher Walken performance somewhere in this movie. My brain is going, I don't know what the hell that looks like. That's right. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking,
guys,
that's what's going to happen. I'm just going to give it away right here for people. We're not getting that. Christopher Walken is not going to talk
for those of you who want to be disappointed in the movie. You're not going to hear Christopher Walken go, "I'm coming for you."
No, I know.
And
it's probably it's good as you say, but it was confusing. It took. I'm going to be honest. It takes you a little out of the movie that he's the horseman here.
I think, Art, that's what Tim Burton wants to do. He wants you to go, look who I cast. He gets like, wee, because he was in Batman. Christopher Walken, same weird shock of like this completely unbelievable hair. And I just love that about Tim Burton is he's got the luxury of saying, you know what? Guess who the Headless Horseman is? Christopher Walken.
Yeah, but this can sometimes be a problem in a movie. It can take people out of it, right, Erik?
Yeah.
And then also I'll relate it too to that. There was a movie Steven Soderbergh made called Unsane, and it's about this woman that she gets put by accident into a mental institution, and she thinks her stalker works at the mental institution, so she's having sort of visions and things. But at some point in the movie, just a small scene where she consults a detective, and this is a very small movie, Erik. It was made on an iPhone, actually. Steven Soderbergh shot it on an iPhone, yeah. But the detective that comes to sort of take her statement, Erik, is Matt Damon. They have like Matt Damon plays the police detective or the retired police or whatever that comes to talk to her for a scene. And you're like, it would be like if Erik, you and I have made like little short films for like festivals and things like that. It'd be like us doing that. And then like a featured extra character in one of these short films was Javier Bardem or something. Like nobody is going to pay it. Like it was hard to pay attention to even what he was saying because like Matt Damon is suddenly in this movie. And then also that's the only scene he has. So you think you're thinking Matt Damon is going to show up somewhere else. So this is sometimes an issue with movies, I think.
I think it did take, when I saw it in the theater, I was like, oh my God, that's Christopher Walken. Why? And then he's gone. So I think Tim Burton succeeds in being like, look what I did. And then it's gone.
Like I said, it's not, we're maybe making too much out of it, but I do want to say that this sometimes.
We make too much out of everything. That's
right.
That's our thing, everyone.
So this is important, though. We see that they take his head off and they put his body in a grave and they drop his head. They drop his head down. This is where I laughed. It's like Christopher Walken's head with the eyes wide open. And it drops down on his body. He's got his teeth, those filed down teeth. And they drop it on the body. So they buried him there. And do we see a shot of daredevils there too?
No, we don't see the horse, but we do see they stick his sword, great sword, in the roots of this tree, which is an awesome tree, but you don't quite see it yet. So they buried him right there in the western woods.
Yeah, under this tree.
Even now, Art, it's a haunted place.
Yes,
even now.
And we cut back to our present day there, and the teacup. It's kind of, this is another one of these Tim Burton things. It's shaking like it's an earthquake. Johnny Depp has the teacup and it's shaking, and it almost reminded me, Erik, of we talk about some of these movies where directors have people do takes over and over and over again, and I wonder if they just had Johnny Depp. Tim Burton's like, shake the cup. No, we need a little bit more. And then Johnny Depp was like, all right, I'll just shake this teacup all over the place, and then that's the one Burton put in the movie because it's a little over the top.
Yes.
So he's shaking, listening to this story that he's hearing.
Yep.
But then he sort of cuts back to himself where he's like, surely you can't believe any of these things. Like that's where that teacup, it didn't quite make sense. I thought.
Well, it's like to me.
So tell me what you're thinking on this.
My thought is his character. That's when he's doing the bravado where he thinks, well, I'm going to feign. Everybody knows that he's scared. They already know, and they know that he doesn't quite know what he's doing, but he is trying to pretend like he doesn't. I mean, that he does.
Yeah.
So that's why he's like, murder needs no ghosts come from the grave.
Well, it's a great line. I like it. Because they're all like, okay, the headless horseman, because he's now learning, they all assume, like, they already have their suspect in this murder. It's the headless horseman. It's the ghost of this Hessian. Mm-hmm. And he says, even in New York City, we have murders without ghosts and goblins and everything. Like, in other words, if there are murders, it doesn't mean that demons are doing them. It means people are doing murders.
And I do have to say, I had it in my notes. So we're at head number 9 because Walken's head is number 9.
Counts as that counts as a head.
It's a head.
So,
that
is a head.
Off with his head.
And it's an important head.
It's an important number 9.
It is.
Yeah. Number 9.
And so he says, surely you don't believe this. And then they're all like, is it the notary guy is like, seeing is believing.
Seeing is believing.
And the Reverend takes a Bible and says, this is the book you need to read, puts down the big fat Bible. And this is important because Ichabod Crane, you'll notice, looks at the Bible in a certain way when he sees the Bible.
You don't like
it. Down. But he takes his scientific notebook and places it on top of the Bible.
Yes.
And it's like, so we're doing all these filmmaking things and clearly storytelling things. But this is our setting up our thematic things. Here.
Every shot in Sleepy Hollow's well done. It's a fairy tale. It's slightly over the top, but not enough to make you go, meh. I love the book, the slamming of the book and the other book I love the teacup. I love all those bits.
Yeah.
Even pointing out that you probably do the same thing, looking at the sets. I'm always like, especially fucking pumpkins. I am so tired of seeing a movie and I go, I have that pumpkin. I have that fake pumpkin. I got it at Target. I'm so tired of that. And in this movie, I'm eyeballing those pumpkins and I know that they're fake, but they look good. So just pointing out there, you can make a pumpkin realistic. Why don't you put a little paint on it? Why don't you distress it a little bit instead of going to frickin', Spirit Halloween and going, this is good enough.
Yeah, it's not like pumpkins aren't available.
A fake pumpkin you can dress up and it looks great. So put some paint on it, people.
So now we're going to cut out and we're outside the town, on the outskirts of the town, and we're seeing they have like it's almost like a sentry set up out there. There's torches around the exterior of the town, and some guy is sitting in a guard tower or some shack.
I believe it's called a no, it's not quite what it's called, but it's like a hideaway. So they built
like
it
a
on purpose.
blind or something.
A blind, hideaway blind, but it's got all these spikes, wooden spikes sticking out of it. So
but it's defensive. So he's looking out in the woods. He's on the edge of the woods. Basically, he's sort of in a field. On the edge of the woods.
There's a little kid with him, who we'll point out later. But he's saying something to a little kid, but we don't know. So
So he's out there, and then he starts to hear things, hear things coming, and then this is the signature sound. It's a great, what do you got there? You want to make it?
The fog comes in. There's these torches. The fog snuffs out the torches.
Yeah.
Thank you, fog. Thank you for being a member of
And we should
cast.
be clear, when you watch this movie, this is a set. They're on a sound stage. This is not filmed outside. They said they wanted to do it so they could get the look they wanted, and they succeeded. This stuff looks great. A lot of these wood scenes are on sets in sound stages. It is
so good.
Fantastic.
And the set, it looks like that every nightmare that you have where you can't go in those woods. You just can't. They're so just creepy.
And there's fog on the edges, and there.
But a lot. The fog is a character. Just say it again. Snuffing out those torches was really cool. I remember watching it in the big theater, going, "Oh, what's coming? What's happening? What's happening?"
Yeah, and then we're gonna hear the hoof beats. Yeah.
What can I do? Wait. And then it goes,
and that's great. And the horseman comes out, rushing out of there into the clearing. And this is why they built this particular soundstage, because they wanted this shot of him emerging and coming from a forest into like the open. Mm-hmm. And they had a vision for it, and they constructed this for this effect, for what you're going to feel when you first see the horseman sort of coming out.
And what a great horseman it is. The horse. I don't think we don't get the full horseman right here, right? We're getting still snippets of it. Or
he's a little further away, but we're seeing the
cut is really interesting to me here, where we got I think it's is it Nazbeth? Is it this guy Nazbeth?
Yes, Mazbeth. Yeah.
Yeah, you hear, and then all of a sudden you see him freaking running in the woods. Why did this guy take off in the woods, Art? Why didn't he go into town? It was right there.
Yeah, I don't know, but this is so that the horseman can get him, though.
Yeah, but he's running. He's running.
Yeah. And
great scene.
Yeah. And so are we coming up on another head here, Erik?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it's head number. You know what? This is head number 9. I was so excited. The Horseman is number 8.
Okay.
This is number 9. And tell me how I saw this head getting lopped off.
Yes.
In the theaters. I have to say that I'm seldom satisfied with the film in its entirety. And this one, when that head came off, I just was like, so.
Now, we should say that they're not doing, and this is going to be explained to us later, but when this head coming off here, this is, because there's no blood. There's no, it's not like you're watching a Dario Argento movie and the head would be cut off. This is like clean, but it's the heads sort of fly off, but it's clean. It's a clean cut. It's very clean. You hear his sword. He cuts them up. He does it. He's really good at it. First you realize he's excellent at cutting somebody's head off.
Superior. He's like, the Ginsu, like when you're at a sushi place. The Japanese restaurant, they're like, ting, 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 ting. I think he had a job there, and he's like, how can I?
Yeah, he can flip the head towards somebody, like catch it in their mouth.
Catch it in your mouth. He lights it on fire, he
does
like
a little
volcano. I used to work there.
Yeah.
But and what I like about the body, for people who want to really watch this movie, when the body's running and the head gets taken off, it falls like it's an actual person who just lost their head and stopped moving, because it's like boom, 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 falls right on the ground. So well done. And the head, I would love to have someone do my fake head. I would just have it here, I bring it out at holidays. Look, my head, everyone. People throwing up. It's such a great realistic head of this guy. And the mouth is open, Art. It's like, so good. Yeah.
And this is where I think at this moment in the movie, that particular beheading, Erik, that comes in, you're like, this is a little hardcore. This is a little violent. That it was a violence that I think, because even though we saw Christopher Walken's, I think it was the distraction of Christopher Walken's head. But even that, I think I had some feelings about that head, the way it looked. But this one, I did go, ooh, this movie's playing a little hardball here on the violent sort of idea of this horseman. And as you said, the horseman, it's just a great image. And this is taken a little bit, like, it looks like that Disney cartoon we were talking about. They're taking his styling sort of from that Disney cartoon, if you go back and you watch it. Like the cape and the way it flows and the way he looks. They're definitely
I will tell you at the point in the movie where the viewer should pause to look at the costume, because when you admire the costume in its entirety, when this came out, I couldn't do it. I couldn't afford it then, but I wanted so bad to recreate this costume because it was done. It's so good.
Yeah. It's great.
So we have the horseman's killed again.
Yes. Right? Yeah. Back at town.
Yep.
I will mention this too, Erik. This is a good place to mention it, because this is the first moment we're seeing they have an effect with the horseman when he's riding, an effect that's almost like lightning flashes or something in synchronization with his hoofbeats. Do you notice like the fog glows a little bit? Like it's like almost like lightning flashes every now and then whenever the horseman's around.
A lot of times when he is coming, there's lightning, some kind of because I didn't notice
the fog glows. The fog will pop glowing every now and then, and it's it's in sync with the music and the whatever. And in the Disney cartoon, the hoofbeats I think had like sparks that came out of them or something. In the Disney cartoon,
nasty,
had sparks that would go. So I think that was a connection as well. But back at town, they're like the horseman has killed again. And we see Depp is going to get a horse that he can use this is where Depp gets gunpowder.
Gunpowder.
Yeah.
He gets
and
it
he's
from
getting
the
it
midwife's husband.
the
Gunpowder.
midwife's husband. Yeah, we noticed that. There's a sign on their house that's like the midwife for the woman, and he's giving him gunpowder, and they're gonna go out. They're gonna go out to find Johnny Depp's gonna take gunpowder out there, and it's like this is where we also see, city mouse, country mouse. We see that he can't really get on the horse as well as the other guys can. He can't. He's sort of trying to get up on the horse. He does it, but he's not and the horse controlling where the horse goes.
Yes. And fun facts about difficult. The horse is one that Johnny Depp bought the horse afterwards because they were going to put the horse down. He's like, nope, I'll take it. And also the horse farted all the time. True. Yeah, and I love improv where the horse hits his face. The horse accidentally hits his face, and they kept it, and I love it. He's like, oh
my God.
Yeah, it's a great little bit.
Why were they going to put the horse down?
Because it was old. Gunpowder. Horses, that's what they do sometimes. But he's like, nope, I'll take it. So he took gunpowder.
Yeah, and he rides out to the scene of the crime. We're going to see the guy is dead, Masbeth. Johnny Depp's going to come out. He hops off his horse. He's going around. He's looking at the body. And they're all wondering. So the town fathers are kind of there again. It's like the heads of the town. All of them are there. Mm-hmm. And their idea is like, what's the there's no mystery here. The headless horseman is killing people, right?
Yeah. Like, we move the body. You must never move the body. Why not? Because. He just says, because.
This is when he's doing that stuff, Erik, what Eric's referencing is Johnny Depp suddenly will have these line readings where and I'm like, this is the Johnny Depp of some of his later stuff, right? Where he's really leaning into the comedy. Like but it's a little out of place sometimes for me in this movie. Like, I don't know exactly what he's doing here, but yeah, but it's a little over the top, but it would work much better if he looked a little different. That's right. That's right.
I mean, even if they just did a little bit of a nose, it would have.
Yeah. If he looked odder, at least that's what my take on it is. But he's there and he's telling them you have to use sign, but he immediately starts to deduce. He's almost like a forebear to like a CSI crime detective. He does this weird thing where he sees the hoof prints that are in the thing, and he kind of jogs around as if he's the horse. He's pretending he's on a horse.
Yes.
And he's jogging around. He's like, the horse came over here. Click, 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 click. And then the horse turned this way, turned that way, click back this way. And he's on the horse, and you can see they're all looking at him like, what the hell is
he
talking about?
And he's even surprised his own deduction. Came back for the head.
Yes. And then he pulls out a tackle box of strange inventions and liquids and things. And this is where we're seeing, this is Burton. This is all, Burton's vision. He puts on these glasses that then extend and have a telescope and like
comes out.
Yeah, these cool inventions. And it's supposed to be like, oh, he's an inventor. We're recognizing, those sketches in his journal that we saw earlier. Yeah. These are the inventions, because they asked, what is that? People are going to ask him. He's like, it's my own.
Of my own design.
My own design.
Yeah.
And so he's created all these things. And then he pours like a liquid on the head.
He pours it around the body. Yeah. And we don't even know. We don't even know what it is. He's like,
I don't know.
Interesting reaction. And we never know what it is.
Well, it's like it hits the dirt around the body. It's like it's like sizzling and there's smoke.
Sulfur.
And he's supposed to tell him something.
And then he does he opens up the neck, which is kind of gross, and then a freaking beetle comes out, like a large beetle.
Yeah, a beetle come out. But what he does notice here is he says the wound is cauterized.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he tells them the wound is cauterized as if the blade were hot, like that hit it. So the blade was really hot, and somebody's like, "The devil's fire."
Devil's fire. Yeah, yes. I think it's what's his name, Harry Potter's uncle. The devil's fire.
And so Magistrate Philip is there, and Ichabod Crane looks over and he notices that at this moment, Magistrate Philip is holding something in his hand. He's like holding something tight close to him that he's brought up close to him, but we can't see what it is. It's like,
no,
but the filmmaking is clearly like, look at this, like, look at this.
What is
it? And what is he holding there?
Witchcraft.
So Depp notices that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they come back, they bring the body back. We have the funeral, and then we realize that Mazbeth had a son.
Yes. What an interesting. I looked up this kid. Another one where Tim Burton picked this kid. I'm sure you noticed he's got this huge scar, and it's a real scar.
Oh, it is. I didn't know that.
Across his neck. That kid has I'm 100% sure it's a real scar. Because if it's not, I don't know why they did it, but that kid was also very interesting. I'm an orphan now.
Yeah, he's an orphan. Yeah, both his parents have been killed. So his dad was killed by the Headless Horseman.
Yep.
And so he says, "Now I'm your man. I'm pledged to you. I can take care of you." And so he's gonna do that. But also, Magistrate Phillips comes up to Johnny Depp, comes up to him and says, "A little tip for you."
The victim
were.
It's not the fourth, but the fifth. Yep. Great lines. But the fifth.
Yeah.
Why does he tell him that? Yeah. 5 victims, 4 graves. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they dig him up. And here's where I was looking in the cemetery, a great cemetery, one of those rolling cemeteries. I seriously was looking for Beetlejuice's headstone, and it's not there. But I really would have been giddy with excitement if there was one where there was a hand pointing down.
There are cool headstones. There's one that's like a whole statue of a hooded figure, right? In the background. Did you notice that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
really cool.
I was like, that's a really ornate headstone for that time.
I think when that came out, either one of those places, Home Depot or Spirit Halloween, they came up with a headstone that was a shadowy figure like that. They did.
Yeah, but it was good. And so he has the bodies exhumed and he's bringing them in and he says he wants to operate. And the doctor that we met earlier, the doctor of the town is like, operate on what are you talking about?
Oh my God. I think is it him? Is this Senator Palpatine? For you people out there who are like, I know who this is. I think the doctor is Senator Palpatine.
Okay.
I think he's freaking, and now you and your friends will die. It's him. Holy shit.
Hold on.
Art. Come on. It's Senator Palpatine is the freaking doctor. Oh my God. Finally, I got it. Thank you.
Ian McDiarmid.
Yes, it's Senator Palpatine. It is.
Yeah.
Lord, what's his name? He's the master.
He's a Scottish actor. Yep.
He is freaking he is the Sith Lord. Now you and your friends will die. Wow,
he played Emperor Palpatine in all the Star Wars movies.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, everyone, if you were yelling.
No, but that's a good realization for you to get.
But I thought I just nailed everybody, and I'm not a Star Wars nerd by any stretch, but I apologize to those of you that are, and we're just saying, Erik, you idiot. That's Palpatine. Oh.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. Yeah. So
so Dr. Lancaster is he's looking at Johnny Depp is taking out all these strange instruments and tools and he made them all himself. And then he has everybody leave. He notices that the woman, there's like a wound on her midsection. He's noticing.
Yeah. Headless and a little wound. Yep.
And a little wound on her midsection.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so he has to operate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? What do you call it? Realism be damned. This body's been dead a while, but yet great scene with the freaking blood
squirting on his face. And he's got this is Burton. We're just seeing a different, that side of Burton that's a little over the top.
Yes.
We're seeing, like I said, you can see glimpses of a different movie here that could have been made from this.
Which I think would have ruined it. So I love the just skip it. You're on the edge of absurdity and you're just peering over and then you come right back. And what other movie does this remind you of? This particular scene right here. And if you don't know, you're going to get a slap from
Oh,
all the
no.
way from Salem to California.
I'm not.
Oh, I'll give you a hint. He's modeling his voice and mannerisms from this actor.
Oh, from this particular scene?
Yes.
It's Fright Night, is it?
Vincent, yes.
Oh.
Peter Vincent goes, watch me do it. And Roddy McDowall takes a steak and goes, "Tsh," and all you see is his face, and he gets a blood spurt in his face. And it's almost the same face. I could see them like side by side presentation. He's going, it's just a great bit. I love it.
Yeah.
I love
And
blood
so-
spurts in the face.
So
Can I say that?
he emerges to the town folk and, out of this thing with blood on him. Like you said, he
Everywhere.
looks like he's been in a slaughterhouse or something. And he reveals to them what he's found.
Yep.
And
The widow
that is-
Winship was pregnant.
Yeah.
And
So
it's the
I don't think
widow-
we've mentioned before that was one of the victims. The widow Winship.
The widow
Was-
Winship.
Winship was one of the women, the people that was killed.
Yes. And
So-
she had a baby. So,
Yeah.
but I would say that this looks like a stab wound to the stomach.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Right?
So
Wait a minute.
So made sure that whoever killed her made sure that the baby was dead.
Yes, and she's headless. So the horseman killed her, but
Oh,
why would the
Mhm.
horseman stab her in the stomach, Art?
exactly.
Why?
Yeah,
Why would he do that, Art? Mystery.
that's part of. So we're unfolding a mystery here, because up to now, you might think, oh, the headless horseman is just killing people. He's just killing people.
Mm.
But this is the idea that, wait a minute, this was a little
Mm.
precise for the headless horseman.
Mhm.
So this person, we're starting to feel like, oh, there's something different about this.
Yep.
Yeah. And this scene that's going to come up now is a nod to the original story. And also it is a little misdirection for us, I think, as the audience. It's supposed to make us
For
think
a
some
moment.
things.
I love
moment.
love this next scene. I just think it's a
Yeah.
nod to the Disney
Mhm.
movie and the cartoon, because otherwise we really didn't need this scene, but we do need this scene.
Because we
it's
see
really
a covered
cool.
bridge,
Yep.
right?
And here we
And Johnny Depp is riding gunpowder.
over the bridge, and then you hear the frogs and they're going, Ichabod,
Yes.
Ichabod, Ichabod.
Yes.
Just like the cartoon.
That's right.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also remember the cartoon, the cat nine tails were playing the empty hollow log.
Yes.
That they were in the wind.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, the images from there. But yes, it very much, when it started, I very much was called back to that Disney cartoon.
Yes.
And so he's going down that covered bridge, and then he turns around at the other end of the covered bridge. We see a headless horseman holding, like, in one hand, holding a jack-o'-lantern. Like,
It's
it's lit.
hard to do, Art. You ever hold a carved pumpkin in your hand? Man.
With I think there's a candle in it too, right?
Yeah,
Is there, it is,
yeah, it's almost on fire in the inside. It's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. And so obviously he takes off. We get a chase scene here with this headless horseman chasing him.
Yep.
And it gets up close and it whips the pumpkin at him, like
What a
and it
great,
smashes. It's
This one, you can tell it's a practical effect, right? Because the pumpkin is coming at the viewer, but it's like wee,
Yeah.
flaming
But-
in the inside.
But that's
really
the
good.
Disney. That is the Disney cartoon,
Yeah,
Eric.
yeah.
That's right out of the Disney
It's great.
cartoon at the end when the horseman throws that thing at him. Yeah,
And
it's like
hits him
coming right out.
square in the face, Art. I mean,
Yes,
you get a freaking gourd smashed into your head. That was
I know. Yeah, at this point, if you're like headless horseman's a dick.
Oh, plus he's got to get another pumpkin. What does he get? Let's he go back to wherever he's from, like hell or whatever, and he's got a apartment with all these carved pumpkins, pre-carved jack-o'-lanterns. He's like, all right, I'll take this one. His wife's there carving them.
Oh,
Welcome home, honey.
yeah.
Did you get somebody with a jack-o'-lantern? Yeah, sure did.
Gotta do another one. I can use the seeds for a pie. I can use the stuffing for a pie. Yeah,
Right
there. It's like
He's got an addiction to pumpkin seeds, Art, but he can't eat
Yeah.
them. He just puts them down his hollow neck hole.
oh my gosh. But anyways, so they had the horseman doesn't behead Ichabod. He just
No.
runs off. And then we see that he's riding up and two other guys are coming close, but they start laughing.
They're all
There's
laughing.
laughter coming. And the guy who's the headless horseman undoes the top, and we see that it's Casper Van Dien.
Casper Van Trooper. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think it's really cute because you can see the sacks where he would put the fake head. And that's what we did. When you're recreating the headless horseman for anything, you've got to make your shoulders way up here so your arms look really weird. But I thought that was cute. But this is really the only nod to, Brom being pissed off at Ichabod Crane. Other than that, he's not. He's just doing it.
It's like a prank that they're playing on him, and he hears the laughter, so he doesn't. He knows that it was somebody playing a prank on him. We cut back and we hear laughter.
And I know we're going to go to. I want to make sure we know that the covered bridge. I love the covered bridge because here in New England, with its rolling towns and whatever it says, there's so many covered bridges, and there's one up in New Hampshire, I think it is, and it's a covered bridge I go across every time when we're staying at Airbnb, and I always think of the headless horseman. I just love going in that bridge at night. So there's bridges like that everywhere. So there you go. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, no, it's great, and
it is great.
It is great. You know what? It's great, Eric. It's great. No, I said it's great.
Come on.
Yeah. So now when he's lying there, though, we're gonna get he faints.
This is our first faint. I'm not gonna count all the faints. Yes, I am. It's faint number 1.
We get a flashback.
Yep.
We flash back to his dad's a dentist. And his right? Is this like
his dad's a dentist?
Oh.
He looks just like the judge in New York. Yeah, and he won't let him eat any candy. No, wait. No.
Oh, no, wait. There's an old man, and he has scissors. The kid has scissors for hands.
He has
There's a flashback.
Hands.
There's a flashback now.
Yeah, but his dad.
Oh no,
that's
not it, Eric. I think that's
really
not.
No,
that's not it either.
His mom. We see his mom.
Yes, we see Ichabod's mom.
Who is Ichabod's mom? Art. It is Tim Burton's current main squeeze. It's Lisa Marie.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, wow.
Another person who takes me out of this movie because I know who it is. I'm like, that's Marie.
Yeah.
Another thing that takes me out of this movie, but I don't quite mind at this point
is her
what, Art? Why you laugh? Her what, Art?
It's a very striking red that they use for her dress.
Huh.
Like, I think that took me out of the movie because it was so
it's blue. Art.
Oh, it's blue.
Yeah, didn't you pay attention to the dress?
Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
What
dress color?
What is with Lisa Marie?
She has this cleavage like you wouldn't believe.
It is
and
as low cut period dress as you can get. And I will point out that when I looked up pictures of Sleepy Hollow, and it's it's the premiere, and they always have pictures of the actors in the premiere. Mm-hmm. She loves to show.
Well, she wanted people to know at the premiere, Erica, in case they didn't realize that the character that she was playing, she wanted to.
She's like, remember me? I was the boobs. You don't remember the color of the dress, but yeah. So there you go, Lisa Marie.
Yeah, and so we're flashback to little Ichabod, young little Ichabod,
huge eyes.
Yeah. And we're getting the feeling this is his mom, and he really loves his mom, and she seems to be a very free spirit. She does everything. She twirls around and giggles, and this is all heightenedly stylized. Sets, this is where Tim Burton gets to play around in these flashbacks with these.
Yeah, things. Kind of dreamy. It would be Ichabod sort of remembering this like a dream, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we get you see with that she's magical. Do we sort of start to get the feeling that she's not just free spirit, Eric? I think she does magic.
She does magic because I can just picture the scene, an overhead shot of her floating in the air and spinning around.
Yes.
And I think,
and she's spinning around really fast, really, really fast.
Yeah, really fast. But Tim Burton was probably they're like, okay, we're going to shoot it from here, and we'll watch her rise up. And Tim Burton's probably like, no. We need a crane directly above her because I would love to see as much as my girlfriend's bosom as we can in this movie. And we do. It is a twirling bosom.
So we're getting this flashback. His mom, we're starting to see magic. And then we see little Ichabod scared at night. He's scared,
Oh, no.
and she writes some sort of symbol.
In the fireplace, yeah. She draws a
Yeah.
symbol with a stick. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it
a little
witchcraft?
symbol with a
What is
stick.
it, Art?
But then we see a glimpse of some guy that we're meant to think that's the dad, Ichabod's dad, and he's very stern. He's
We don't know. We don't know because he looks like a Reverend Paris type of guy, like witchcraft trials judge.
Yes.
Right. And was I wrong?
Sterner.
Is this the first one where we see her float? Or am I wrong?
Well, we see her spinning overhead, but we don't see her quite float.
We
here.
don't.
We're gonna see her,
I gave it away.
We're going to
everybody.
see her. Yeah. We're going to see her later, but we're getting the idea. And so this is setting up that Ichabod, our man of reason and science and all of that, he grew up in a house that was a little
Yes.
Grew up in a mixed household.
Yes. This is where she shows him a mixed. Two religions get together. Sometimes it doesn't work out. You're a kid. You don't know what to pick.
Yeah.
But she's got that little, I forget, what's that? You'll probably know what it is. But what's that trick called?
Like optical, it's like an optical illusion.
Yeah,
it's like a string.
Yeah.
And in the middle is a picture that has, on the one side, it has a cardinal.
Oh, a cardinal. Oh.
It's a little wood etching. And on the other side, it has a cage, an empty cage.
I thought you were going to say on the other side, it has a heaving bosom. And when you flick it, when you turn it fast, it shows the cardinal flying into somebody's bosom.
So what she shows is that, if you spin it using the string, it creates this cool illusion of the bird flying out of the cage. Like it's almost like but the way she holds it across sort of under her face, it's like it's hard to pay attention to the illusion because she's
so a little bit.
Right, so we made this little flashback,
right?
Yeah.
There must be other drawings of this thing. Like if you buy this thing online, 2 images that come together, I can imagine. Let your imagination run wild as to what.
Well, it's sort of like, what they say, Eric. Every advancement in technology is led by pornography.
No, I was thinking on a knight in armor, and the thing goes up and down, up and down.
Oh, that's what
you're talking about.
Oh, up and down, up and down,
up and down. What is this entire podcast?
So she soothes him with this cardinal in a cage trick, and then he wakes up and he goes out of his room. He's in his room. He's passed out. They've obviously taken him back there.
Yep.
But he finds Katrina's sort of watching over him.
Oh, Katrina's in the movie.
Christina Ricci is
with
back.
Her bleached eyebrows. They bleached her eyebrows blonde. It's just such an odd. She's all forehead. Because she has no eyebrows. It doesn't stop.
I think Christina Ricci in this movie, though, but she's styled. I will say, like we've talked about this movie looking like paintings and things.
Yeah.
She does look like a painting you would see of one of these women in the woods, and just the way her dress seems.
Yep.
I like her styling in this movie for this movie, but she's there and she's reading a book, right? And we learn here, we're going to get exposition here.
So funny. I knew you were going to say exposition because this is absolutely exposition right here.
Yes, right.
Mm-hmm.
So we learn a little bit about Katrina's history.
Yes.
Here. And it was hard for me to pick up on the first run through and then even in the second run through, because this is a town where they also throw in, Eric, that everybody's kind of semi-related in this town. So when they're talking about things, it's like
they're all related.
Who's related to who?
Yeah.
And this is stuff that's going to be important for our mystery, but it's a little hard to follow, I think, when you're watching this in real time. Partially, possibly because they want to keep the mystery a secret and don't want to let us get ahead of it. But even after you've watched the movie, watching this scene, Eric, when I watched through my second time, I was like, okay, so she's the daughter
I
of...
can picture you doing this.
Right?
Wait, Archer? Okay, so wait, they were poor. Okay, wait, Van Garrett, Baltus, got it. Yeah, so a little exposition.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
After watching this twice.
Yeah, only twice. Loser.
Whose daughter is she? She is the daughter of the woman who's married to Baltus von Tassel right now. She's that woman's daughter.
No.
Okay.
She is the stepdaughter
Of that woman.
Yes. So her
She
father
is actually Baltus's daughter?
She's Baltus Van Tassel's daughter, Katrina Van Tassel.
Okay.
Her mom died.
Her mom
dad
died.
Remarried the new person.
Remarried the new person. Okay.
So she has a
Okay, yeah, of course. Of course. But did they say something a couple of times in this movie, spiritual daughter? Like, is that the term they use? Somebody says it's a spiritual daughter, and that threw me off. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
but,
no, she was saying that her mom, she gives frickin' Ichabod a book, and it's like the wonders of the unseen world or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And so we know, okay, Katrina's a little bit mystical here. So she's a little bit of she's got a little witchery in her. And she said her mother taught her some of these things. So her mother did a little bit of that.
Yes.
And the way we find that out is because they go off to see where they used to live, which is a burned down, nice set, but a burned down cottage with just the fireplace remaining. So she said she lived there. That her parents lived there. No, wait. Yeah. No.
See
sorry,
what I mean?
No.
Do you see?
No,
But do you see what I
wait.
mean, Eric? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, they didn't live there at all. So, so they went to there and, I think they would visit the people that were there, and you can see in the fireplace, it says Archer.
Yes.
So I have that somewhere, but I do want to point out, if anyone's confused, is that Katrina is the actual daughter of Baltus, who's remarried to the woman we've seen in the most fantastic outfits in this entire movie.
Yeah. Miranda Richardson, if anyone knows that actress. Yeah.
The stepmom and her outfits in every single scene are just
they're great. They're
fabulous.
Fantastic.
Yes. So that's what we have. But I will at the end, I'll give you the whole scoop if you want.
Yeah, yeah. So stay with us, because in the movie, we should be clear. In the movie, this is all the you're not feeling confused here, but it makes you, as the movie goes on. I guess this is the effect I'm saying, Eric. Yeah. It makes it for me on my first watch through, when I'm sort of looking at my notes from my first watch through, like little notes I took, it made me feel, when things start happening later, that I should have paid more. I wish I understood some of this stuff that's being thrown at us.
Yeah, but if you don't, it's okay. You can.
It's okay, because the movie has its own propulsion, but I think that it's expositional, like you said. It's really expositional here. It's all talking and telling us.
Yeah. So actually, I forget why they go to this burned down cottage. All I remember is that England didn't have one goddamn cardinal to use. So they made a Mary Poppins cardinal, and it's in the tree, and it's just like, doot, 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 doot. I felt like Mary Poppins was going to fly down just like a spoonful of sugar. Yeah. It is a really good, bad animatronic cardinal. So cardinal number 3, it wasn't part of my count, but cardinal number 3. So they're there, and she's saying Archer and doing some exposition. So you just need to leave this scene knowing they said Archer.
Yeah, that's going to be the important thing to take out of here.
And they're starting to get the huts for each other.
Yeah, we're getting the feeling, yes, definely. But she's still
so
with
interesting. They're both kind of weird, so maybe they should be together.
Yeah, I will say, Eric, as far as the story wise, this story wise, the movie, I think Tim Burton sometimes isn't interested in that stuff. I think the movie isn't building us like, oh, they're catching glances from across. Like, it's not building this attraction here.
So
but we should remember, to be fair, she still is with Starship Trooper. Like, she's still with him.
Well, we haven't really seen any action from them. We don't see them.
Maybe he's assuming a lot. Maybe he's assuming a lot here.
Yeah. We don't know that they might be a couple. We know from the original.
I think maybe you're right, Eric. Maybe I'm taking that from the source material.
You just know he's got the hots for her.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think I'm imprinting that onto the movie. Like, I think I'm doing that.
It's the fake cardinal syndrome. That's what you're suffering from.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
And then we cut.
Everybody listen. Art goes, yeah, because you just glossed right over my fake cardinal.
Oh, the fake cardinal.
No, too late. Nope, we're done. That's
okay. All right, we'll move on.
So what's happening now?
Well, The town elders love being together all the time.
All the
We do know
time
that.
arguing.
Like they are always appearing.
Yep. Always together. They got nothing else to do, Art.
So all the townspeople we talked about, I'll run through it again. We got the doctor, we got the magistrate, we got the notary, and we got Baltus.
Doctor, magistrate, and the minister.
And the minister. Yes, the reverend. The reverend.
Yeah.
And they're in a room and they're talking, and we see Ichabod's outside. He can see through the window that something's going on in here. And then he catches that magistrate, Philippe. Did I say Philippe?
You did say.
Why do I keep saying
Art,
Philippe?
I'm not going to correct you on this one because
you
I don't
should
want
correct
you to...
me, and I should just have to deal with it in therapy.
Really?
But no, just
all
kidding.
Right.
No,
but then
Philip. But I think it's spelled. I think the problem I have is when I looked it up, it's spelled like with a PS. It's like one of those English spell, like one of those, like the Phillips at the end has like a PS or something at the end, but they don't in the movie. I think say that. Phillips, yeah. So,
Phillips. Good.
We should just do that.
Phillips.
So Ichabod sees he's getting on a horse. He's heading out of town.
Yeah, on his cart, horse and cart. And I feel bad for that horse, man. If he gets on that cart, that horse is not going anywhere. I'm sorry. He needs 2 horses. He's cruel to animals. But he's still a great actor in this scene. Yeah. So he catches up with him, right? He's heading to the outskirts. He's taking off.
Yeah.
Yep. And a little exposition here, right?
Yeah, it is. We learn that
he's trying to figure out who killed the widow Winship, and he's like, the horseman killed her, and he takes off his wig. I love that he does it. Love it. And then he puts it back on. Little crooked.
I love that notice. I love that note that they have in there that he does that, wipes off his forehead
great
and puts the wig back.
Yeah, and then we notice Ichabod's like, "What's that?" And terrible imitation. "What's that in your hand?" "It's my talisman."
Yeah, talisman to keep the horsemen away. But I did like that line reading you went to it, Eric, where he's like, who's it? The horseman killer.
Yeah,
I think he's trying to. It's like you think that it's. We know who's doing the killing. And that's important because I think setting up that prank with Casper Van Diem that they did earlier, I think that was to make us think, is somebody dressing like the horsemen, somebody in the town, and they're doing this? But people keep telling him, no, this is a supernatural being.
Yes, and right now, up until this point, Ichabod Crane is like, there's no horsemen.
Yeah, he's still
ridiculous.
Yes.
But he's also leaving town because he doesn't want to be involved in this plot anymore. He's like, can't be involved. And such a great, I'm getting my hackles are up. I'm getting goosebumps again because when I saw this scene for the first time, I was Tim Burton giddy. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
the horseman's going to enter again.
Oh, yeah. So good. And the anticipation where he's like, and you see is this where they do that zoom in the woods or not?
Yes, I think they're zooming in and we're seeing it and it's coming in
and then we have
lights.
Another scarecrow.
Yep, there's a scarecrow and it's sort of arranged at first. What's great about the composition of the shot is the scarecrow's arm is sort of pointing to where we're going to see this.
Yes,
where the horseman emerges from.
And points.
Yeah, the wind is sort of blowing it. Yeah,
and they did this on purpose where what a great. I love how the atmosphere haunts the movie as well. So you got the fog that snuffs out the lights. You got the scarecrow. It's pointing to, here he comes. And then we see the frickin' horseman, like just full glory, galloping towards his next victim. Love it.
And then we're going to get another head. Oh. And this one, Erik, the horsemen swing, and when it cuts the head off, Flip's head spins around. As it's coming off the body, it spins several times.
Yes.
It's great. It's such a whoa shot. And like I said, it's in between. I forget. I'm like, oh wow, this movie's going to go hard on these beheadings. It's not pretty. And like I said, not bloody, but it's not, it gives you a shock.
It gives you hellfire.
Yeah. And It goes off and it hits the ground and rolls. And meanwhile, Ichabod's on the ground and the head just rolls right into his lap.
Right,
right in front of him.
Yep.
Right his crotch. And it's looking up at him, right?
And a great head it is. There's at no point you're judging these heads for poor quality. These are amazing casts of heads. They did dental. They did dentals of the actors. So they put their actual dental teeth. They replicated their teeth. They put hair punched in. Amazing prop. And then
which I think is great that they're like, okay, we have a headless horseman who's been cutting off heads. That's the idea of the movie. We need to put money into the heads. Like we need to make the heads and the beheadings
so many.
Look scary.
10 heads now.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw behind the scenes on the body. Forget the head.
Mm-hmm.
The body of freaking Philip.
Philip. Yeah.
Philip, I see. He's a big man, and they built this. They built this basically Terminator skeleton, and when they drop him, it's the knees go first, like the knees buckle, and then the waist and it looks like an actual person got beheaded and fell, and it's you feel the weight of it too, like thump.
Yeah,
it's a great special effect, and then it goes even further because the horseman's not done.
No, because he needs that head.
He needs the head.
So Erik, if you're the horseman and you have stuff to do, you're busy. You're a busy guy.
Busy guy.
You can't be just stopping your horse and getting off and going over and picking up the head.
No.
Right?
You know why? Because he came back for the head.
Yes. So he came back for the head and he takes his sword and he, like a guy picking up trash off in the park, right? He just stabs through the top of the head with the sword and picks it up, right?
Yes. And it's so good because there's a skull in there. You can feel there's a skull in there, but yet there's a little push. So well done. Just skewered that thing. I love that. It's like he's picking up the trash is perfect art. Like he found a old cantaloupe while you're picking for it, and he just
Yeah.
But
and he rides off and now and he doesn't kill.
Why doesn't he kill? Why?
That's right. He doesn't kill him. So this is it. It's important because this is the first time we're seeing, he doesn't kill everybody he comes across. Like he clearly leaves Ichabod alone. But Ichabod passed out. Now we're going to get
faint.
It's another pass out, Erik. You said another faint.
Faint number 2.
Faint number 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see another flashback.
Yeah.
This is the
Is this the which
this
one
is the spin with the
Oh, this
and
is the spin?
She's in the wood. No, this is the spin where she actually flies. We see that they're in the woods. Young Ichabod, and her in a woods with like cherry flower petals everywhere. It's like it's very stylized. And this is like she's gonna spin. She's still got cleavage, just like the last time.
See, Art, I was so excited about the cleavage. I blew it. I gave it away.
But she starts spinning in the forest, like how you do when you're in a clearing in a forest.
Yeah,
you just sort of put your arms out and you just sort of
spin around.
Yep. Yeah. But she starts spinning, and then we see she's lifting up off the ground. She flies. She flies.
She and her 2 friends fly in the air. Oh wait, there was just one person, and this is where Tim Burton did the no. We need right over the top shot.
Yeah,
that's where this is. I was so excited that I said it earlier, but I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
You had premature rotation.
I had premature rotation on. Wait, I can't. That was good. Oh, I'm stepping away from the mic for a second because that was a good one, Art. Oh, yes. Wow.
But
now we have to stop. No, we have to stop the podcast. There's no more. Can't top that one.
And then this is where, so we see the guy, the stern person who we think is his father, possibly. Mm-hmm. Then there's no clarification on any of that, but he sees this. He's not happy with this, Erik. This is flying around.
He grabs her. I think he grabs her and he's pointing, right? Is this where he's pointing to stuff?
It's pointing. It's like there can't be any dialogue.
No dialogue.
Scene. So he has to point. He takes out a Bible. It's near the fire. He takes out a Bible and he sort of points at her sort of runic drawing.
Yes.
But then points at the Bible.
Yeah.
Like, not that, this.
Yeah.
Like, but there's there can't be dialogue, but it's like, it's as if like to show us, I feel like it's like to show us as the audience, it's so overdone. This or not this. Like, you know, like it's very
dream.
It made me laugh a little bit, but yeah, it was like, okay, so we know we're getting, okay. So now we're getting the idea that his mom had spirituality, had magic, and his dad was stern God. Bible. Yeah, the Christian
How the
God.
hell did they hook up, Art? Was there like a 1700s chat room or what? How did they think, yeah, this is going to work? It's like, what do you do? Well, I'm a minister.
Did they run in the same circles?
Yeah,
or
what was she at a party?
Or maybe when they met, Erik, he was just as magical and spiritual, you know?
Oh,
and then
maybe.
And then he changed. He changed. He got a job.
Yes.
He got a job, and next thing you know, he's unhappy with his life, and maybe he changed.
He's no longer making poultices. He's just praying to God.
But yeah, so we're seeing this. So, and then we get a flash of, we did this earlier. We had this in the flashback. We get a little flash of, it's like a doorway to a bright white room. And then suddenly a flash to like an Iron Maiden face, like an iron thing with two eye holes in it. And they're real quick. Yeah. They're real quick at the end of the flashback.
Yeah, a lot of white. It's a white room, almost like a church kind of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but these are like I said, these are quick, almost subliminal. They're almost like subliminal flashes at the end. And he comes up, he wakes up out of that vision. And then they're going to go off to find the grave of the horseman.
Just letting the lines in this scene. It was a horseman. I know we told you. We all told you. No, you don't understand. I saw him. It was a horseman. Headless. And then he faints again.
Yeah. So that's faint.
Scrooge-like
3? Is that faint 3?
Faint 3, yeah.
Faint 3.
I think it's faint 3. Well, yeah, because, faint 3, yeah. Yep. 3.
So I think at this point, you know, he's seen, they said earlier, they used the line, seeing is believing. And now he's seen the headless horseman.
But they told him. Dumbledore told him earlier.
They told him constantly.
Harry. I told you, Harry Potter. It's a horseman headless. I'll see you in class.
And so I think the idea is now Ichabod is like, okay, if the headless horseman is real, in these stories you told me he was buried somewhere. He was buried. So I think there is still part of his scientific mind that's like, if the horseman supernaturally is real, he was buried somewhere. So we got to go to the grave, right?
Yes,
he wants
because
to find the grave.
Thinking somehow that the horseman can't be doing this on his own, I think, is where he says, he's come to his senses. He's come down the stairs, and I think that Dumbledore says, I don't know exactly what he says, and I purposely didn't look it up so you could tell me if it's right, but he comes down the stairs and Baltus goes, I thought you've tropped your boat. I'm like, what did he say? It's like an English term. I tropped your boat. Did you know what that?
I don't know.
It's like, I thought you tropped your boat. I'm gonna
it's
look
out
it
of
up.
it's out of the book of like what was it? Was it At the Earth's Core? We certainly have blighted our copybook with this crew. Like it's out of that mode, right?
Yeah. It's What's it? He's left. He's scarpered. You know, you're like, what are you saying? Chopped his boat. I just want to get that in there. Chopped your boat.
Yeah. So he's going to go off with young Mazbeth. Mazbeth's. He's going to go off with them. They're going to go to look for the grave of the headless horseman.
They have to go to. They're told that there's a witch in the Western Woods.
Well, that's right.
Yeah. Yes. So they're going to, apparently there's a witch in the Western Woods just hanging out.
Maybe like like she's just out there. I mean, a lot of fantasy and stuff does that, right? The witches are just kind of
in the woods
hanging out there, and you go visit them to get a prophecy. People do that.
You go down the path,
so.
you're like, oh, not that path. That leads to the candy house. There's a lot of witches just in the woods and they're
they're in the woods in a little cavey sort of thing. It's a very standard thing, and it's like
but they go to visit the witch because they need info. And I love this witch. I'm going to call it a lair, not even a house, because like you said, it's one of those caves that you might find again in New Hampshire and New England.
It's sort of like a hobbit hole. But it's like built into there's tree branches going and roots. Lots of production design around there. And then she does a weird ritual for them.
She does, because you seek the horseman. But I forget what he says when he comes in. He comes in with a loaded pistol, like a flintlock pistol with the kid in front of him.
Yeah, he's sort of hanging. Yeah.
So funny bit, because now you see he's a coward. Yes, and he comes in, he goes, whatever you do is your own. We don't want to interfere. But he says witch, and he's like, witch. It reminded me of a fish called Wanda, where he's like, where, when he's in the courtroom, and I know I'm digressing here, but it's a fun scene. But yeah, they're trying to find out, and he sends the kid out, and she's like, don't come back no matter what you hear. And she starts doing, there's a dead cardinal, another red dead cardinal, and she has this gross thing with a bat, which I love. It's very Hammer film. She takes a live bat, which is it looks great, and she cuts the freaking head off of it and squeezes this. It looks like it's that goopy nail polish blood into this thing.
And we should say,
making.
Has she done this yet, Eric? She chains herself before she starts doing all this. She puts manacles on her.
She's going to chain herself to the wall with these shackles, and she's like, when the other one comes, so she's summoning some entity that's going to tell you what, in my opinion, she could have just fucking told him. Going through all
this. You're with me. This seems like a lot of.
She probably charges a lot of money for this, right? And she's thinking, well, I can't just tell him. I got to really do this stuff. So, the bat's expensive. The dead cardinal foot that she cuts off.
Watching this as a Tim Burton film, Eric, I was like, why is this not Helena Bonham Carter in this role, right?
There is a reason, but.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's a reason, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't want to give it away for those.
Okay, all right.
For those of us who are going to follow the podcast.
I know. Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? I love I love this scene. I love the tree roots. I love the way it looks. And then Ichabod Crane is so terrified, and then she tries to reach for him to show him that she can't get to him. She's like, "Yeah, make sure I can't get you." And then she goes, "Shh, he comes now." And then we have a Tim Burton. Yeah. We have a large Marge moment, right?
Yeah. Her hair comes down over her face, and then when it comes back, her face it's pretty good. I like this effect. She's got skeleton sort of eye. It's such a fascinating
I paused
look.
it. I paused it for you. So, and also looked it up. But she's veiled, so you never see who this person is.
Yeah.
But when she turns into the other... she's got a witch face, like that wrinkled witch face, right? So it's all and stuff. And she's got empty sockets.
Yes.
And then these massive teeth. And then for a moment, the eyes come out and a snake comes
like
out. Like
large Marge, yeah.
Yeah. And fun fact, I believe that's what I read. That's Tim Burton.
Oh.
In prosthetics.
Okay. All right.
So ta-da. And then she somehow gets definitely close to Ichabod Crane because she's on top of him now. So,
and she tells her you got to go to the tree of the dead.
Yeah, I don't think I can do the voice.
Find the horseman, the tree of the dead.
I was going to ask you, Eric, did you get the feeling that the horseman's grave is something that's just known to everybody or already? Like, I thought maybe people might know where the horseman's
grave is. I don't think so, because
I guess not. Yeah.
But yet they did put the freaking sword there, so.
Yeah, yeah.
So he goes out with Nazbeth. I just love his line. He's like, time to go. And then someone's following them in the woods.
Yeah, they can see through the mist. There's a horse clopping around. You can kind of see that it isn't a darkly colored horse, though, when you look into the mist. Yeah.
But it's another great outfit, I'll tell you that.
I will say it's Katrina ends up the person
Katrina
that's following
Van
them. It's
Tassel.
Katrina Van Tassel, so Christina Ricci. And this shot when she's revealed that it's her following her on that horse with that misty forest behind her, it looks like, I've said this several times, something you'd see on the wall of the Museum of Fine Arts or something. The costume, her hair, the woods, the horse, it looks fantastic. Yep. Like I was like, this is gorgeous.
Even the way her costume is draped over the horse, it's just beautiful. Yes, it's very, very beautiful. They must have been giddy with the costumes in this thing.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's really good. So she's gonna join on this trek to find the
Tree of the Dead.
Tree of the Dead. They need to find it. And the Tree of the Dead.
Very Tim Burton.
Yes. It looks a little bit like if you took one of those things that are out in front of car dealerships that goes like this, right? But a big fat one.
Yeah.
And it kind of was half, it's like, it's sort of bent and then it has like arms or something.
It's very sad. It's very sad art that no one could see what you're doing because art is just
I'm bent sideways
to look like
with
the tree.
The tree, yeah.
So close art that was so good. I think it looks like a little bit looks like a sandworm type of thing if it was made out of a tree. Because when I first saw the Tree of the Dead, I'm anticipating it first time in the Mann's Chinese Theater. And when I saw the Tree of the Dead, I first went, oh, because I thought it was too weird. Because technically it has an eye and it's got a beak and it's curved. But I got used to it and now I really like the Tree of the Dead. But it's a dead tree and it's got no leaves and the trunk stops and it looks like basically kind of like a sandworm type of mouth.
Yeah, well, what it looks like too is it could have been a much larger tree. Like it was cut off
definitely busted.
Busted. And
but I think I have a picture that I kept here, so I would be like
busted. Like
it's busted. It's a busted ass tree. But really well done, and there's something weird. And you can see sticking in it is a sword with roots gathered around it, right?
Yeah, so we get the feeling this tree is grown over. We saw that the grave of the Headless Horseman had the sword stuck in it. Yeah. This has grown out from that over the time.
Yeah.
So over the decades. What's the matter?
Just the next bit. I'm just excited about the next bit because...
Well, he goes up to it. He cuts into it and it bleeds. We see that this tree bleeds.
But it's a great way of doing it is he takes an axe, a little hatchet. He's like, he notices sap or something like that. He's got, give me the axe. And he starts hacking, which I thought was against his character to continue doing this. But he starts hacking at the tree and blood is just hitting him in the face once again, like squirts. And he starts peeling it off, like pulling away the tree. And it's kind of like, it's a little bit of gore. And I love that he continues doing it. And then... Yeah,
it's gorier than we've seen the violence or stuff. I mean, we had some blood in the autopsy scene, but this is going like a little over, it's over the top in that sort of good... It's over the top in that good fun way. Like
and it keeps hitting him in the face. And then he pulls it apart and bursting in the most incredibly odd but awesome way, bursting through the tree trunk are all of the heads. And they come forward like
they do a shot where they sort of push them forward, right? Almost like when you watch Jaws, that scene under the boat where the head pops out, and when you watch it subsequent times, you're like, oh, this was all set up to like kind of be a shot to go for the audience to go, whoa.
Yes.
With the heads coming forward.
It's stylized on purpose because why the heads are in the tree, I'm not sure. But all of them are there. Even one that you didn't recognize, which I believe is the Widow Winship. Her head is there.
We never saw her.
But there's a young woman's head. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then what I love is when we cut back to Ichabod Crane, no blood. Not even.
I didn't notice it. I didn't.
I thought, oh my God, his awesome costumes being ruined. Then they cut back to him, and I think there's one spot. It's he's wiped it all away, even when it's.
So they shot that on a different day,
obviously.
Eric, from the other scenes. Yeah.
Yep. But I have to add this head. I'm adding this head. So this is head number 11 that we've seen. So the heads at the beginning that we don't see, I can't count.
So when we're looking in here, how many do we get to see in this tree?
I imagine you're supposed to see them all, but I would say at least 7. But
there's a lot.
But you see, what's his name? Nazbeth's dad, great head.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the horseman killed him. You see the uncle.
Yeah.
You see that other head that you don't know of a young woman. So those are the 3 that I picked up on. But they're just all like, they're almost like they're vying for. It's a surprise party, and they're like, surprise!
Yeah, it's now they're not alive, but the effect they're giving you is as if they have a little movement or something's alive.
Yep.
Something is alive. The heads themselves aren't like, talking to you or anything, but there's a pulsation to the whole thing,
Art, you brought that up before with Poltergeist when the corpses came out from the pool. You said they're not alive, but it makes them look like they're doing something deliberate. Yeah. So those of you who don't know about Poltergeist, just listen to the podcast because that's a good one. But great.
And it looks great. And so then I will say Ichabod's not that fazed by it.
No.
Like he's got a mission here. He's at the tree to find the grave.
Yep.
So that's what he's looking for.
Then the atmosphere changes, Art. It changes. And what I love about just little things is the sword, which I think it's an animal. So it's either an eagle or a wolf, but it's got a head on it. The sword is a really cool sword. The vines tighten on the sword. They move. I thought, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then out of the tree's vagina, come on. It's a birth. We got a birth here.
Yeah.
Is the horseman comes flying from somewhere below, up and out of the tree.
Yeah.
Great.
And
did you get any of the effects of this? There was a lot.
What do you mean?
Did a lot with this one.
Oh, it's a great. I mean, I was letting you describe it. It's a really cool moment. Yeah. He comes out. The heads, like I said, the heads are all like rolling, like and as if they're like they're not animated, but they're moving as if something's behind them.
And they move out. They move out of the way for the horseman.
And he comes up. It's almost like that thing of like, how is he coming up out of this? And they do a side shot of the tree, and he kind of comes up out on his steed, out of the tree. Yeah,
and they did it. They shot an actual guy on a horse with a green screen going over they had the horse jump over a little. What do you call those things that they force horses to jump over?
Oh, yeah.
What is that? Like corral? No, I don't know what it is. Little post.
Yeah, I don't know. But
so they shot that horse coming up. Then they did a complete CGI horse coming towards you. They did, and then they did mist and all this stuff, and they put all those things together, and you get, which I watched several times, thinking I want to see if I can have this ruined for me now because I know how it was made, and I can't. I'm so glad that I couldn't decipher all those effects they did, and it just looks so great. And he doesn't kill anybody, Art. Why? Where's he going?
No, he doesn't kill anybody. But we should say they found the grave.
They did,
and the grave has the skeleton, has the body of the headless horseman, but not the skull, not the head. The head is not there.
The head is not there. And I love in every single movie when they dig up a grave that they take extreme care to make sure it's a perfect fucking rectangle. I am what? Are we going to be upset?
It's always very precise.
Are we going to be upset if we see?
And not only that, Eric, they dug it up, but when they got to the bottom, they made sure they took all the dirt from away from the sides of the body and brushed it off. Like they kind of took,
It's like archaeological dig. They're like, well, don't disturb the body.
Like they must have took like 5 days to to zoom the headless horseman. So, but no skull.
There's
His
no
skull is not in there,
missing.
so his head is not with it.
Yes.
His head's not there.
Yep.
He's got plenty of heads. Like, let's be clear, this tree has a lot of
A lot of heads. Yep.
but not. It's missing one head in particular.
Missing one head in
Like, that's-
particular. Yep. And if we're gonna
The
be
actual-
nitpicky,
If we're gonna be precise, it's missing Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. But if we're gonna be picky, we've seen 11 heads. We've seen 11 heads. But technically, there might be 13 heads in there because two people, we didn't see them die. And
That's
we
right,
didn't see
yeah.
their heads. Just so you know. So, but I'm saying we're at 11, everybody. We're at 11 heads.
Mhm. 11
But
heads.
there's more coming.
And he takes off, like you said, he doesn't kill any of our
No.
group here. He doesn't kill them. There's 3 people, and the horseman charges off. So he's heading off because now we're going to learn he's heading
Yes,
to town.
but
He's heading
just
to Sleepy
Little
Hollow.
fun bit. If you're wondering, if you're like, wait a minute, he's got a ghost sword because his actual sword is still in the tree. So he's got the Hellfire sword. So he's got a hell version of his sword. So technically, there's 2 swords here, Art, for those of us who are too into this movie. One sword in the tree, and then his hell sword, his Ghost Rider sword. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, who can we cast? Oh, there you go. What's his name? Could be the one who played Ghost Rider, and it was terrible.
Nicolas Cage.
Cage could be the freaking headless horse and be like, I'm coming for you. I'm coming.
Headless Horseman is an interesting part to play because you don't have a head.
No, but you've got to have
So-
talent, and we're going to find out who that is, Art. We're going to find out who the headless horseman is.
Okay.
Who's
All right,
playing the
all right.
headless horseman for realsies.
Yeah. So I don't know. So this is going to be a surprise for
I'm
me. You're going to
excited.
tell me something I didn't know.
Oh.
I don't know who's playing this. Yeah.
Oh.
You're like, it's Doug
It's
McClure.
Doug
No.
Surprise. Surprise. It's Doug McClure.
That would be awesome. But yeah, so he charges off to the town. So we're going to cut back, and then we're seeing the family that we saw before, the ones who gave Ichabod gunpowder, the midwife and her husband.
Yep, the midwife. She's a midwife.
Mhm.
And they have a little
she's the
kid,
midwife.
another weirdo little kid.
Yes.
Apparently, in this particular realm of reality, all the little kids have to be absolutely weird.
And the wife is, so the mother is entertaining this kid with a little a cute little toy that you light a fire in the middle of it,
my God.
and it projects things onto the sides of the wall, like it's like octopuses and
A witch.
and a witch.
It's one of
these
those
little things.
turning. You're supposed to
It turns and it
reflect
projects
shadows.
it.
But it is.
Reflect shadow. But I like it. It made a great atmosphere in the room.
Yeah.
Like it that's going to
One
do.
of my
So
favorite
the kid's
lines.
enjoying that.
The kid,
Enjoy that, kid.
Yes.
Enjoy
enjoy it while you can.
Enjoy-
But the kid's only
enjoy that.
line, she goes, time for bed. And he goes, yes. He just does this line, yes. It's just such a.
Putting a lot of Eric. That's his line.
Yes.
Give him. It's like he's putting a lot on.
Here's
there.
what I noticed about
Yeah.
this family too is
Yeah.
they're just like, here they are so they can die. We got all we know is that
No.
the husband and wife are happy to be a couple.
Yeah.
And that they all,
And-
don't know if you noticed this, every single one of them has red hair. Just a fun fact, they all have red hair.
Mm-hmm.
So how cool is that? That they didn't have to do that.
No.
Yeah.
So so the horseman's gonna come into town to see
Yep.
them.
And another cool effect is the dad's eating his apple or whatever he's eating there, and the flames go up. I did not know this.
Behind him in the fireplace. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But not just that. I had no idea. I only since this podcast do I now find these things. But the flames have like 8 faces in there. Did you notice that?
I didn't even
Yeah,
know.
they're all like,
No.
it's this.
Oh.
I was like, holy shit! I watched it like 3 times now. I'm like, oh, there's freaking faces in there. Like an effect that just gets lost to if you're not. It's like 2 seconds. It's amazing.
And so the horseman's gonna enter. Boom!
Oh.
He comes right in, and now he's. Where did he get the axe? He has an axe.
He has
now.
an axe. He's got stuff, Art. He's got a knife.
I guess he's just had. Yeah.
You're-
But we previously up to now had a sword that we've seen.
Well, that we.
I don't think we saw an axe
He's
yet.
like
This is new.
he's got
This
he's
new.
got stuff. He's a Hessian, so he's got Hessian stuff. He's
Right.
got an axe,
And
he's got he's got a dagger. He's got some shit. But
Mhm.
this is where you see, this is what I love about the Horseman is, first of all, the amazing way that they made him headless. So it's an actual actor playing it, blue mask over his head, and then they did a CGI collar, and it's very, very difficult to see that it's actually not a real collar. And his outfit is incredible. It's all black. He's got a cape, but it's tattered. It's ripped. He's got amazing boots, gloves. He's got buckles.
Spurs, we should
Yes,
say the Spurs. Yeah.
He just looks awesome, but he smashes that door down like he's freaking Jason, right? Friday the 13th breaks through. And does the dad put up a good fight?
A little bit,
I
yeah. The
think
dad
he
can
does.
handle he can handle it. He can handle himself.
He's fighting
Yeah. But it's pretty tough because the horseman has an axe
Yep.
and we've seen the horseman fight before. He's good.
Yep.
But it is kind of, you're like, wow, these guys really, suddenly it's like whoosh, 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 spinning swords and axes and things.
But
like,
does he cut the dad's head off with the axe, right?
We don't see it. We don't actually see the head get cut off.
I think we do.
We?
We're gonna have to rewatch
Well,
it.
I thought what happens next is we cut into the bedroom. So the wife and the kid are hearing all this going on outside.
No, we see the dad's head get cut off. I think it's.
I didn't know because I thought the reveal was when he comes into the bedroom, he has the husband's head in his hand.
Nope. I think you get.
Okay,
but it would be.
We see it get cut off. Okay,
Yep, I think so. Well, I'll have to. Maybe we could do it.
It's okay. We'll see.
Right.
Let's watch it right
Let's
now.
watch it right now.
Like, Eric's like, fine, I'd love to. Yeah,
But a great fight scene.
But a great fight scene. But yeah, we cut into the bedroom, and so those things, those figures, the octopus, the witches are all spinning around, and the mom's saying to the kid, she lowers him down into the basement, to hide down in the cellar.
The root cellar, as it's called.
The root cellar. Yes. So the little kid's down there, and the door bursts open to the room there in the bedroom, and the horseman's there, and he has the husband's by the hair. They can see the husband's head hanging, and the clomping. So the kids, it's great. It's such a good scene. The kid's underneath the floorboards, so he can sort of see, and you can hear the spurs and the boots going across, and you see the wife, the midwife. She's trying to take off, and she goes across. And then we hear we hear the sword, right? The swing. And then this is going hard. I felt like we were watching like one of those Italian horror movies from the 70s, right? I felt it just felt like that. He's looking up at the floorboards and we see something clatter across, rolling across the floorboards. And it stops with the eyes. It's the mom's head with the eyes looking down through between the floorboards. And just the way it was lit across, Eric, it just reminded me of an Argento type of thing. Like, we're like, oh, there's the head. And now we're seeing it in this stylized way. But it's I was like, whoa, like I said, every time he's cutting off heds, and it's violent.
Yeah, and this is where
pretty scary.
It's extra violent. He's attacking a family. But you know what? The kid's okay because the horseman grabs the mom's head because we see the eyes now disappear. So we know he took the head. And he's gonna leave.
Took the mom's head.
He goes to take off, Art. He's done.
Yeah, and they wouldn't kill a kid in a movie, Eric. They wouldn't they wouldn't do that. He's a cute kid.
Kid with red hair.
Mm-hmm.
But the horseman, great scene. He stops and he's like, wait a second. He turns right back around. He starts hacking the floor and he picks the kid up like from the back. Yeah. And here's what I love about Tim Burton is he's like, no, we're keeping it because people thought you can't do this, buddy. But
I thought it wasn't going to happen. I thought it wasn't. I was thinking, Eric, this is my in the moment. I can remember what I was thinking. I said, Katrina and Ichabod and young Masbeth are going to come riding up at the last moment, and the horseman's going to drop the kid and take off. That's what my head was. But that was what my head was thinking, because I'm like, well, obviously they're not gonna. Yeah.
But no, and what I love is just enough for you to get really upset is you see the horseman's got a sack apparently that he puts the heads in, and you see him pick the kid up. Then you don't see what happens. You see him walking away, just a hint of what he's stuffing in the bag. And you know it's the little kid's severed head.
Yeah, so he's got a sack of heads, Erik.
3 heads, which makes our
So
count
how
14.
14 heads so far in this
14.
movie.
Yep. 14 heads. Yep.
Mind you, everybody, when Ichabod first came to town, it was 3. Now we're up to 14.
14 heads in this little sleepy town. And now Brom is he's on guard.
Yeah, he's on the guard duty.
But he hears the
And-
ruckus, right?
Yes, he hears the ruckus, and then Ichabod's gonna appear. To help. So Braun and Ichabod.
They're going to fight the Headless Horseman near the bridge. And what I love is now Ichabod knows, wait a minute, he's only after certain people, right? So I love that Ichabod says something to Brom and Brom goes, I'll get him. Like very, very Starship Troopers. I'll get him.
Yeah, but they're fighting. So people in this town have pretty good martial arts skill,
I
like
would say so.
sword skills,
They
I
do,
have
yeah.
to say, because the Headless Horseman and Brom are really fighting it out here.
Yes, but
right?
what we're figuring out is Brom starts fighting the Headless Horseman, and he shoots the Headless Horseman. And the Headless Horseman is like, you fucker, but he keeps walking away.
Yes.
So then Brom's like, all right, fine. He whips a dagger into his leg. And the Headless Horseman's like, okay, all right, you want to play? So the Headless Horseman takes the dagger, throws it back, Big Trouble in Little China recall, and hits Brom, but not to kill him. And that's when Ichabod's like, he's not here for you, you know?
Yeah.
But I love that the Headless Horseman has a bit of personality here. He's like, no, don't piss me off, but I'm not here for you. But he can only take so much, Art. The Headless Horseman, you piss him off a few times. Third time he's gonna
so they end up now on that covered bridge we were on earlier to call back to, and they're sort of at one end of it. And this is one where I think it's like a sneak attack. We don't know. Is there a misdirect on the sound? I'm trying to figure out how
because they
hear something, so they're looking. They hear something down the other end of the bridge. So Johnny Depp, so Ichabod and Brom look down the other end of the bridge, but then the horseman's behind them, the others, and stabs Ichabod. He stabs Ichabod
right here in the clavicle.
Yeah.
I guess that's
but
where
like you said, I don't think he's trying to kill Ichabod when he stabs him.
No, he isn't. He just got him out of the way.
He got him out of the way.
And this is where the horseman all the time, which he did already, but it's that freaking sword spin that's wicked famous. Is like, you're always spinning the, and because this guy is so good, because the Headless Horseman, here's the reveal. Ready? It's Darth Maul.
The guy, who played that guy?
Nick Park. Rick.
Okay.
Yep. Wow. He was the go-to guy. Wow. So Darth Maul, picture Darth Maul's head on the Headless Horseman. But all the twirling of the swords and all that stuff, that's him.
Or picture Christopher Walken as Darth Maul.
Christopher Walken as Darth Maul. Come here, Obi-Wan. I've had it with you, friend. But the fight scene is awesome.
He likes playing just sort of wordless, evil swordsman.
Wordless, evil swordsman, yep. Head or no head.
And so Brom is really going to get it here, Erik. Ooh.
Puts up a fight.
Yeah. But he gets worse than anybody in this movie.
He does. He tries with the sickles. He's got 2 sickles. He takes off with them.
Yes.
You know how you find sickles just inside a covered bridge?
It's an old town, old Dutch town.
They all have them. They all have them.
You know what they used to say about that.
But it's a good
sickle for you, sickle for me,
and together in heaven we will be. What is it? No, what?
That old Dutch saying.
Right,
I never.
Sickle for you, a sickle for me. I think that's what it is, but it's in German.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound the same.
Das sickle for mine.
And not only would they have so if you have a sickle, you got to know how to use it as a weapon.
You do.
So it's
and he did. I think Brom would have kicked ass if freaking Horseman wasn't supernatural.
Yeah,
because he got him right in the back.
But then the Horseman, we see him from a little distance, but he cuts him in half.
2 swords.
Cuts him right in half.
Is it the sword and the axe or 2 swords? But he just right in half, and there's some blood there.
Yeah, a little spurt. But that's like I said, you're seeing it a little bit from a distance, so it goes and And Eric, does he get his head too?
Nope.
Does he get his?
No, he does
no,
not.
no head. The head doesn't come off. That's
No.
important. Yeah,
He just kills him because he pissed him off.
too much. To be honest, the horseman was like, "Leave me the fuck alone," and they kept coming at him.
You could just picture his face like a Dwayne Johnson type of face where he's like, don't. And then he's like, all right.
I know. Yeah, he gave him every opportunity to let him go. But now
doesn't.
It's too bad. And it's so sad because him and Katrina were so in love.
They were.
They were
never going to make babies. They're never going to make babies by blood or marriage. Nope.
Right. Yeah.
And this is feint number 4.
Yes. Yeah.
Feint.
And then is this where we see the sort of culmination of the story?
Yep.
In the flashbacks?
This is where we finally learn Ichabod's true past that he's finally remembering. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So another...
If we couldn't guess it basically already.
Mm-hmm.
But...
No, but...
We're going to see, Eric, now what that white chapel was and what those eyes and that iron mask were.
Yep.
Yeah. And we're gonna learn something else about his hands, those marks on his hands. It's all going to become clear to us
perfectly
now.
clear. And we're like, oh, that's where the marks on your hands, which we've only alluded to a couple times. So important to the... important.
So he has the flashback and we see that his mom, we see the stern person, the father, walking through that white chapel to a door that's sort of in the back of the white chapel.
But
and
now,
then he ventures
now
in
he's
there.
the headless horseman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So
that's right. I didn't have that in my notes, but
it's a dream. But yeah,
it's a
he's
dream.
the headless horseman for a second.
For a second, he's the headless horseman, and our little Ichabod ventures back behind that door. His eyes are wide. He's looking around, and it's almost like a torture chamber.
In the church.
In the back of the church,
They got the confessionals. They got the torture chamber. Got an Iron Maiden. They got a chair with spikes on it. All that stuff.
And then he hears something in the Iron Maiden. The Iron Maiden, it's almost like there's something inside there.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And he's so scared he backs up and he accidentally sits on the spiky chair.
Yeah. It's got like spikes on it. And so his hands go down on because he sort of trips into it, sort of. So his weight is on the spikes that are coming out of it. What they don't show
you, Art, which they didn't show you in this movie, he also has those marks on his ass, apparently.
They should have. Oh, my God.
It's a love scene. Where did you get the marks on your ass? They've been with me since I can remember.
She gently caresses them, like they do in those scenes, like with the scar. She's gently like, where did you...
She gets
what is this?
She gets a marker and starts connecting the dots.
I don't like to talk about the marks on my ass.
I don't know where I got them. All I know is it's very uncomfortable to sit at any event for a long time. I can't do a podcast, Katrina. I must stand for it.
Yeah, so he's there, and then he looks, and the eyes sort of appear in the Iron Maiden.
He sees the eyes, yeah,
like two
it's
eyes.
His mom's eyes. You can tell.
Yeah, and then it opens up, and she's coming out. So obviously,
it's a weird.
Her dad put her in the Iron Maiden, I guess, because of her witchery.
Yep, killed her, and then she comes forward like a freaking corpse, and then just like all I thought it was The Shining when the elevator doors open, because we get some blood here. It's like. Bleh.
Yeah, and it's sort of the effect when she falls forward is like when you're doing one like a haunted house, like that has like a thing that comes out of the wall and then stops, sort of like it stops because then it have to go back. It has to like roll back up. But so we get that little Ichabod's mom was killed by his dad, and that's why he had to start the chocolate factory.
And something that I'm not sure exists. He had to start the chocolate.
That's why he's got to do that.
Almost escaped me, Art. I was like, wait, did Art just say he had to start the chocolate factory? What's the secret ingredient? My wife. Chocolate's so creamy. Wow, we took a turn.
What do you get when your wife is a witch? So
What will
anyways,
become of that? You'll put in the Iron Maiden. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God!
You'll have marks upon your
Right?
hands.
Exactly.
So
Marks on your little butt. Yes.
So we learn that this is his backstory, and
Yes.
this is so as if we didn't know from the other
and
flashbacks.
It's so important.
It's that
so important.
yeah, it's so important to find out now. See, Eric, we're unraveling the mystery of Ichabod.
Yes.
We have the mystery in the town and the mystery of him inside.
But at least we know now that he's deducted an amateur deductor. We know that he's deducted that the horseman must be being controlled by someone because he's only going after certain people. So someone must be sending the horseman out, and whoever that is.
Yeah, he doesn't kill it random.
Yeah, he doesn't kill it random.
It's specific.
Victims are chosen.
That's right. And so he deduces here. He whoever took the head is here where he figures that out. Yeah,
sending out
whoever took the head must have control.
And I don't want to go too crazy with the scene, but all of a sudden they're like in love. I've shed my tears. I've shed my tears for Brom. He died 20 minutes ago.
That's when I had my notes. Eric I was like, Katrina and Ichabod.
Oh my God,
are talking, and they're both like, who was that guy, Brom?
I've shed my tears for Brom. I kept his bottom half. I mean, what
was somebody around here named Brom?
What was his last name? Nice hair, but I don't really. He wasn't for me.
So clearly didn't mean that much because I think this is Ichabod's just woken up from this, and this was literally like hours ago that Brom was cut in half. And she's like,
I've shed my tears. I shed all 7 tears for
so
Brom.
I'm like, Brom didn't. Yeah, I agree with you earlier, Eric. You were telling me I don't think that we're supposed to believe there was any sort of thing going on between them.
Katrina, yes. Listen, I have some horrible news. What is it? Brom's been killed. What? Brom's been killed. Oh, is that the horrible news? Yeah. Oh. Anyway, how's your day?
As she's on her way out the door, they're like, he was cut in half. He was cut in.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh! All right, we'll see ya. So, and Lady Van Tassel is here in another freaking gorgeous costume. And she says, the servant girl is missing.
Yes, and that was a servant girl earlier who had that great star-making performance Eric talked about.
Yes,
where she said, "We're so glad you're here." Yeah. She told Ichabod that.
See, but we remember her. Yes. We know the line. She was so good.
We did. I remembered her, but she's.
I've been following her career, her acting career. It's enormous. And I don't know where we are, but I guess we're kind of jumping ahead because they got to talk to the notary, right?
Yeah, because he's talking. He's sort of talking a mile a minute. He's with Mazbeth, and so he's talking a mile a minute. He's making notes in his notebook, and it's exposition for us as the audience as he starts to put the clues together out loud.
Yes.
And so he's going, we have this person, we have this person, we have this person. He's sort of, so just so that we in the audience can remember all of the people that are involved, he's got them written down on pieces of paper. And he says, and then I see them one night, he goes, 4 frightened men arguing, conspiracy. And that's what he says. And he writes it, and he write it in the book, conspiracy.
Specific words into the book so that when you look at the finished product, it looks like it says the conspiracy points to Baltus or something like that. So it looks like he's saying it's Baltus.
But he's really just sketching ideas in there as he goes. And he says, we'll have to make a list of every citizen in the town. And And the young Mazbeth says something that helps here. He says, well, if you make a list of the citizens of the town, you have to start with Baltus because he's the chief citizen now that Van Garrett is dead.
Yes, Van Garrett and the widow. The widow wins.
Yeah, the Van Garrett and the widow are dead. Yeah. So if you're making a list of citizens, that's who you start with. And that kind of keys, you see Ichabod's brain kind of pouring that over.
But they go... They go to the notary who's hiding.
Mhm.
We didn't, and they're questioning him. And he's like, we didn't know it was a murdering plot. So we know that they're
Yes,
somehow all
the
involved.
notary, they go to yes, so they go to see the notary. He chews this up, Eric. This scene, he is
If only Batman was there, you know? Bruce Wayne can't help him now. Can't
Right.
help him.
And young Masbeth notices that in the office of the notary, our notary here, that his dad's satchel is in there.
Yes.
He goes, "That's my father's satchel," and so he pulls it off of a shelf. It's sort of on a shelf,
Yep.
and
And-
yeah, so we're seeing that there's some sort of connection.
Yeah, but a
there.
great
Yeah.
set because there's all these books in there and everything. So they do find out that there's some plot, but we don't know who's in charge of the plot, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, the notary, because he has such great lines, the notary, and like, as they're revealing stuff, as Ichabod is sort of revealing stuff to the notary as he's confronting him, the notary's like, "Oh, I am dead.
Oh, I'm a dead man.
I'm a dead
We're
man."
drawn in against our will.
Yeah. So the plot that's sort of being revealed.
Oh yeah, you
here
got it.
is I'm gonna try.
do it.
Eric,
Do it.
in this
Do it.
moment, right?
Try,
Okay.
you son of a bitch.
So Van Garrett, from the very beginning of the movie, we saw the Van Garrett seal, the guy who was sort of the head honcho of the town, the founder of the town, the richest man in town, Van
Mhm.
Garrett. He was seeing the widow Winship. He got her pregnant.
Yes.
Okay. So widow Winship was pregnant with Von Garrett's son.
Or child. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
we don't
yeah.
know son, child, right? So
Wow, that's it.
Van
Oh, yeah.
Garrett changes his will,
That's right.
right? He gets a will that leaves everything he had a will that left everything to his son.
Yes.
But his son died,
Right.
right? His son died
Yes. So he's leaving it
to the widow
to the
Winship.
widow Winship. In case of his death.
Yes. And so all the people were involved. This was all kept sort of secret, this idea.
Yeah.
But we needed the following people to pull all of this off. So secretly, Von Garrett marries widow Winship.
Correct.
But that has to be performed by the Reverend.
Yes.
The Reverend,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
So our Reverend, Jeffrey Jones,
Mhm.
principal from Ferris Bueller, he is in on the plot that way.
Yes.
The doctor in the town, who is also one of the town
Mhm.
founders, he had to attend her. He knew she was pregnant. So he's the doctor.
He knows
so
she was
he knows
pregnant.
that
Yes.
she knows she's pregnant. And then Phillips, our big, heavy magistrate, had to oversee this or orchestrate this will and
Correct.
all of this. And then our notary here had to notarize it.
Correct. And
So we have
it was signed as a
Mhm.
witness. It was signed by Nasbeth. Nasbeth's dad signed it as a witness. So all these people all know about this inheritance.
yes,
right?
and they all yes. So we're putting all that together here. So so that's what we learn here.
Yes.
And the notary is just very scared and upset about this being known. He looks like he's, oh my God, he's terrified. There's a big plot, but also people are dropping like flies. So I'm sure
Yes, but we're not
scared.
entirely sure why or who, but we know that the Headless
No.
Horseman's doing this for somebody. So good job, Art, with that little bit there.
Did I
You-
get
you
it
did,
okay?
yeah.
I kind of
So
got it
far we
okay.
know
I was
what the deal is, who signed it, and so like okay, Nasbeth's young Nasbeth's dad is dead, but he had something to do with
Mhm.
it. And then now the other two guys are the what's his name? Harry Potter's uncle. He's dead, so he had something to do
Mhm.
with it. So, but
Yeah.
what about the other three people? There's
Well-
other people like, wait a minute, why are these people dead? We don't know.
Well, here's the thing. What we're putting together, right, Eric, is if Von Garrett dies, he has this will
Yeah.
that's going to leave everything to the widow Winship.
Correct. Yes.
Right? But if the widow Winship dies, it would go to the child,
We'll
right?
go to the child.
The next of kin.
Yeah.
But the widow Winship died.
Yes.
So it went to Baltus,
Yep.
who was the nearest relative
nearest-
alive
correct.
of Von Garrett.
Correct. But Baltus
Yes.
is alive.
So Baltus is
Yeah.
alive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Katrina also alive. So
Katrina.
what's going on here?
So Katrina's dad,
A lot of people.
Baltus.
A lot of people dead.
Baltus von Tassel. So, but it doesn't look. It looks suspicious when you think about this for
Yes,
Baltus
so
von Tassel.
Baltus
it
must
looks,
be doing it.
Baltus might be the one controlling the headless horseman.
And just as
Right,
we're figuring this out, you know what, Art? I thought Big Trouble in Little China is going to be our longest podcast. I am dead wrong. I'm so wrong. But I love it. If you guys love it, just hearing us talk and make fun of each other, this is it. This is what we're doing. And we're talking about Sleepy Hollow as well and Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
But
So, and this is as much for you guys as it is for us trying to figure out some of these plots. We have to figure it out.
Art, we didn't know it was a murdering plot. So we're going to move forward. I'm going to help us move forward. They see someone in the woods. Ichabod and young Nazbeth see this person who almost looks like they're floating with a lantern in the wood.
Yes.
All shrouded. It looks like the French lieutenant's woman. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, she's floating like if people have seen Big Trouble in Little China, like Lopan. She's floating like the villain, and she's sliding across through the thing. Very otherworldly. Yeah. And then it kind of does almost a very quick cut to it's clearly Lady Elizabeth von Tassel, Katrina's mom,
with the awesome
Lady von Tassel is on the ground and her hair's down and she's at this point we don't see who it is, right? At this point,
no,
she's having sexual relations I
think the
with somebody.
Proper term in that time in the late 1700s was why are you laughing?
No, I want to hear what that term was.
Boning.
Yeah. Yes.
She's boning somebody in the woods. We've all done it. We've all done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boning.
Yeah. And whoever there is doing this is how can we delicately put this, Erik? His head slides down to her midsection. He sort of lowers the frame.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's going down, would you say? Would that
I guess
be a
it
term?
would be a term like he was
down.
heading down.
I'm talking about I'm just talking about
no, he's going
you. Like
he's heading down. His head is going down. Yeah. I think that. And then she does something weird. She takes a knife.
Well,
right?
It's a dagger, but at first it's staged so you think she's going to kill the person while she raises it up and you're like, ooh, she's going to kill this person. Mind you, Ichabod is watching.
And they don't call out or nothing. They're about to witness a murder, Art.
Well, I think they show his eyes widen when the knife goes up, but she doesn't kill him. She slashes her hand. She cuts
wide
it
open on the palm.
Yeah.
Wicked bad.
They want to make us know that it's a pretty deep gash. They do a close up. That's going to be important.
Oh yeah.
And
meanwhile, little Christina Wednesday burns all of the frickin' evidence because she finds the thing that says Baltus. The conspiracy leads to Baltus. So she's burning it in her old house where she grew up.
Yeah, it's like just sort of the chimney standing, and so she's burning it in the chimney. Now, can I ask you something?
Sure.
When she cuts her hand, Lady von Tassel, because we cut out of that quickly, he leaves Ichabod. When she did that, did she then sort of drip the blood? What is ritualistic? What was she doing there? What was?
Do you want to know what she was doing? Because I'll tell you. But
is it revealed later,
she's
or
just really making a big show of doing it? That's it.
If we think of
making a big show because
that's why it doesn't. Yeah, okay. I was like, I was trying to see if there was an actual.
Yeah, it looks like a witchcraft ritual, is what it looks like.
It does. But I couldn't tell what the ritual was. Like, what is this going to do?
This is the deepest into the night I've ever done a podcast because I just realized.
Oh gosh!
Look, it's getting dark in here for me.
Yeah, you got the nice lighting back there with the cage, with the aquarium.
Wow.
And it's kind of greenish, that light. It's like almost like So we find that, and Katrina is burning the evidence.
All of it.
Burning all of the evidence.
Yep.
And then they come back to Ichabod's home, and is she telling him you should leave? Is that it? Is this where she's telling him?
She's like, I believed you. He says, I believed you loved me once. She's like, yes, but now I wish you've never come to Sleepy Hollow. And it's very melodramatic. It's like, you think my dad did it, and and then so, that's like, oh, well, she don't love me no more because I'm solving the crime. So, so that's what's going on there. And then, then Ichabod is talking to the Lady Van Tassel.
And she just comes right out with it. She's like, she kind of makes a show of her hand having the wound on it. She makes a show of it, and he's not mentioning the wound. So she's like, oh, it's strange you're not mentioning this huge wound on my hand.
She's like, look at it.
And then he's like, oh, how did you get that? She just comes out with it. She's like, I know you saw me.
I love it because she does this whispering thing.
You saw me. I know you followed me in the woods.
And she's doing a good job. And she's also creepy in this. She's another creepy character.
But the main thing she says to him is like, I hope you'll not tell my husband.
Right, please don't tell my husband about it.
Yep, please promise not to tell my husband. And then we learn that our notary hung himself.
Yes, he couldn't handle working at Wayne Manor anymore. He just couldn't do it, so he hanged himself.
Yeah, because a lot's going on here in this whole section, Eric. Because we also learn, so he's in it. So Ichabod, young Mazbeth pulls Ichabod's bed back.
Yep.
They think that, and there's a runic thing carved into the floor underneath Ichabod's bed.
The kid doesn't know any better. He's like, it's the evil eye. And there's a spider for no reason because they had one on the set. They're like, can we use this spider for anything? I love that little bit of trivia. Let's just put a spider there.
Yeah, the spider's crawling across this runic carving that's underneath his bed. So who put the carving there, Eric? And who?
I don't know.
Could it be Katrina?
It could be. It could be. It has to be her, right? It has to be.
Right. Everything's starting to point to Katrina.
Oh, maybe Katrina's the murderer. Wow.
Notary hanged himself. So the notary's out of there. So the conspirators that we had, who's left? It'd be the doctor's still left alive. The Reverend is left alive. And Baltus.
3 out of
are left.
3 out of 5
are still with us.
Yep.
Yeah. And Mazbeth is gone too. So he was sort of involved tangentially. He was the witness on it. But they're going to call a meeting at the church.
Yep.
Everybody, the town elders have called a meeting at the church. And then we see Lady Van Tassel is out near a grave.
Well, Baltus is there, and Baltus like, the wound looks angry. So she's picking flowers.
They want to point out that wound again. They want to pick that wound out.
The flowers are supposed to help her heal. So again, a little bit of, picking, what do you call it? Witchy apothecary. Something going on.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But at this point, we're made to think when you're in this town, people kind of believe in that stuff. So he's going to head to the church. I think he's heading, he has to see what's going to happen.
She's ready to pick flowers. And then we hear, and there's the headless horseman. And Baltus being the noble husband that he is, he scarpers off, to quote. He scarpered. He takes off.
Yeah.
Doesn't even stick around to see her head come off.
But I think that's meant to make us believe here, maybe he wants the headless horseman to get it. Like, you know what I mean? If you're the audience member thinking that Baltus is involved in the plot and is controlling the horseman. I know. But like, I think it's kind of set up a little bit to, for him taking off. But yeah.
I can't count this head. I'm sorry.
Don't count it. We don't see it. We don't see it. We don't
count it.
Yep. Don't see it. Don't count it. Yeah. Because that is interesting. When you're watching the movie second time, you're like, okay, we always see it, but here, audience, take a note if you're just like listening to this near a solid movie. You don't see her head.
You don't see it
cut off. But he goes to the church and starts telling everybody, Lady Van Tassel, like. The horseman killed your stepmother. Yes, yeah.
And there's mayhem in the church and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And then the horseman's coming in the church now.
Horseman's going. But Ichabod says he can't come in the church.
Only because he saw the horseman throw that axe.
Yep.
Throws the axe, and the axe lands at the church and dissolves. It turns into like ash.
Yeah,
The
so he
horseman
gets the
cannot
idea that
enter. Oh.
yeah. Is that because it's godly
Because
or
yeah, it's religion. Apparently, he's in hell, and this is God's apartment. It's God's condo, so he's not invited. He's like, look, we can meet outside, but you're not coming in. He's like, gosh, So yeah,
it's kind of bedlam, and some of the plot starts coming out, and the conspirators are yelling at each other, and
one of the guys.
It's a little chaotic. It's a little chaotic.
I think the what's his name, Senator Palpatine says, to Baltus, your two friends played you false, and so now we know something's going on.
Right.
And frickin' the minister administers some religious justice, apparently, not following the good book.
No,
he takes a big ass wooden cross and frickin' clocks Palpatine in the head. I love how we're just sticking with. If he'd only used the Force, he'd be like,
Yeah, so we got the horsemen outside. We got the conspirators are now taking each other out.
So he gets taken out with the cross banged in the head. Everybody's screaming and yelling. They're firing at the horseman through the windows. Nothing. It's going through him. He doesn't get affected by bullets. And in the meantime, Baltus has got one of those great guns again, pistol, and he fires at the Reverend and kills him. So one left.
Yeah. That one conspirator left. Yep. And Baltus, it's who all things point to.
Yeah.
Right? I think at this point. Yeah. But Baltus, that horseman's gonna figure out a way.
Oh,
he's on a mission. He's on a mission.
Get this done. He's got a job to do.
Yeah. And it's a very intricate, it's great, but I'm like, it's one of those things where you're like, okay, somebody came up with this is the way that he's going to get Baltus.
Yeah, it's a little, what do you call it? How things work. It's not quite how it works, but it is so cool. Yeah. So apparently he can't go into the churchyard, but he can desecrate it. He can take a piece off of that picket fence if he wants, apparently. So the horseman breaks off a piece of the fence. He wraps it around a rope. He just conveniently has rope.
This is where he reminded me a little bit of Erik.
Yeah.
It reminded me a little bit of when you watch, I could imagine Jason doing something like this in a Friday the 13th movie.
Wow, that's twice we've alluded to Jason, because when he broke through maybe he's Jason.
Yeah, but you know what I mean when you see Jason grab something and then put something else to kill somebody. This is what it looked like.
Forget now. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting. Does he load it up on a crossbow, or does he just throw it?
I think he just throws it. I think he throws it. It goes through and through the window. Yeah.
But I love that because Baltus is now up on that pulpit. When you go up and it's a stairway and you're standing there, you can preach to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just love it. He's like, there's a conspiracy here and I will seek it out. And then,
yeah. But that's not the end though for him.
But it's a great effect. It just comes right through his chest and he's alive. And I love that he I don't say he overacts, but it's great because he goes,
it's almost like you said, like when the heads come forward and stuff like that. It's like that shot that kind of is to make the audience probably go like, like it's a reaction shot from him to also goose the audience's reaction to what's just happened.
He gets pulled back. The horseman ties it to his horse to firecracker, Mystique,
Daredevil.
I knew it was one of those superheroes.
Firecracker is the super.
Mystique, Firecracker, the Warbler, Frimstone, all these. Flywheel, like one of my favorites. They killed him off in like one of the things. So he starts going with the horse and he pulls Baltus backwards through the still alive
through the window,
through the churchyard, right up to the fence, breaks through the fence only a little bit, just enough that his head's out of the safety zone, Art.
Yes, his head goes out of the church's, out of the fence post. So through the fence post, he's leaned back. So that head's,
Vulnerable now.
that head is
Yep,
just,
it's a free for all.
oh, it's served up. Like that head is just, you don't let a head go to waste when it's like that, Eric.
And I love his, he does that, still alive. Again, still alive. And the horseman takes head number 15.
15, wow.
So apparently Baltus is not the conspirator, right?
Yeah, because that's what we're thinking. We're meant to believe, and now he's done.
Yep.
So what's going on?
So,
what's happening?
Christina Ricci does this thing with chalk, and she makes a drawing in the center of the church and then passes out because she just saw her dad get killed. So it's the same drawing that was under the bed. So Ichabod's like, oh shit, it's her.
Yeah, because she did that drawing.
So he burns.
Yeah,
he burns his book of notes. He's given up art. He's been in love for like a day and a half. So he's just
secretly though he was in love with Brahm. That's really what's going on. He's really upset about.
I'm telling you, he probably is like, oh shoot.
Yeah, so he's gonna leave. He's gonna leave. But he doesn't. He
doesn't burn Katrina's book that she gave him.
No, she had given that little book of spells.
Her mother's book. It'll keep him safe, and he puts it in his breast pocket. But then, you know what, Art? I think he realizes, he's leaving. Right? He says his goodbye.
He's on the carriage. He's actually on the carriage.
Yep.
Yeah. And he takes out the little cardinal optical illusion. He takes that out and he's doing it, looking at it, and that's gonna make him have some realization.
Wait a second.
Things aren't what they seem in life, Eric.
And then he looks in the freaking book that she gave him, and there's a spell of protection. She did a protection spell. So now he's like, oh shit, I gotta still deduct.
Yeah.
He's got to go do more deducting, right? He's got to deduct.
This mystery isn't solved.
No, I love the guy he's just the coach driver. He's like just like this sloppy guy, and he makes him take him back.
Is it the same guy who drove him there in the beginning?
Maybe.
Is it the same guy?
I hope so.
I can't remember.
But he has to go back to the doctor's place because he's like, wait a second, right? So he goes back to the mortuary. What are we?
The place where he was with the body before. Yeah,
and the body's still there, right? So he it's the body of supposedly what's her name? Van Tassel, the Lady Van Tassel, because she's dead, right?
Who we saw, because earlier, she was picking the flowers, and the headless horseman came up behind her.
And there's the body.
There's her body. Yeah. But he's looking at the hand, Eric, on the body. Yeah.
And he looks at it, and there's a wound on the hand.
Mm-hmm. Across the hand. So,
but it can't be Lady Van Tassel because the wound is already cauterized or it's already healed to some point. So it's not a fresh wound. Not that you can tell that maybe, any other identifying marks on the body or size of the bosom or anything like that.
Well, maybe we're meant to believe that this is the beginning of scientific study.
I guess so.
Or
but he realizes that he doesn't think this is the body of Lady Van Tassel. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now we start to get to the villain, thing. Here's my evil plot.
So the idea he got is that the body, so this isn't Van Tassel's body that we're.
So whose body could it be, Art?
Well,
Brahm. It's Brahms. He had very delicate hands.
Yeah. Now we're starting to get into Eric. I hope you have some information for us here because we're going to get a lot thrown at us here. We're coming down to the end, so just to all the conspirators are dead.
Mm-hmm.
The Lady Windship's dead. Her son is dead. All of this. So
15
right now, if we're keeping track, Baltus is dead.
Baltus is dead. So Katrina is the heir to the fortune, but she don't want it. All she wants to do is read a book by the fire. Sitting there reading her book, sad. She's sad because, she lost the love of her life. Brom, or no, not Brom. Sorry.
And her
And her
father.
dad, yeah. Yeah.
She seems so,
She's so
upset about all of this.
But she's sitting there and the frickin' stepmother comes up. And I don't know if you noticed this, but the best outfit, in my opinion, in the entire film she's wearing now. Every single time. And this one is like just orangey. I think it's orange, but it's all embroidered. And she walks up to her like a frickin' raptor or T-Rex. She's like, like her hands are just like, oh, and like, oh, she's alive. Oh, surprise.
Yes. So we're like, so she's not dead.
Okay. And this is where,
and we're gonna get this is the Bond villain speech, right? This is the villain monologuing. We're gonna get it all here in a big dump.
So I'm gonna try not to go too crazy with it if you want.
Yeah, don't go too crazy, but yeah.
Okay. So Lady Van Tassel, her maiden name was Archer.
Remember that? Do we remember that?
Archer in the
there was
fireplace. Oh my gosh. Because that's where they live with their mom. She and her twin sister, right? Mm-hmm. So they're living there with the mom. And then
we should say way back, not Katrina. Not living there with Katrina. Before Katrina's family lived there.
Yes, so she's living there.
The Lady Van Tassel lived there with her sister and her mom.
And then Baltus kind of came into power and pushed them out. So they were homeless. So they went into the Western woods and just, everybody practices witchcraft, just so you know, 3 out of 5 people practice witchcraft in this movie. So the mom was schooled in witchcraft and she schooled her girls well how to survive and do witchcraft. But no, because these are little kids. So the mom died within a year in the Western woods.
Yeah, she didn't do too good.
No, she didn't do too good.
She taught us how to survive, but she
couldn't do it herself. And so
so then it was just the 2 girls were on
their own in really nice dresses, apparently.
Yeah, because we flash back.
Yep.
For those of you who've listened this long to us, remember when the Hessian, when he was alive, when he was Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. Yep.
And he was being chased and he was nearly dead. He ran into the woods and he told 2 little girls to keep quiet. These little girls, one of them is Lady Von Tassel as a young kid.
Lo and behold, she's the little goddamn twig snapper. That's her. Her sister's okay. She's a little brat. And so she vowed that day, because that when the Hessian died, apparently she knew all about how to do this as a kid, but she was like, wait a minute, I'm going to take the skull of the Hessian, and when I'm older, I'm going to wait a wicked long time, apparently. Because when did she grab the skull? If she came up with this idea now, she had the skull.
Well, I assume they were so close. They would witness.
They saw the murder.
They witnessed. They saw the murder and the burial. So I wonder if right then she dug up the skull and took it then.
Right, but that was a long time ago. So now she's like wanting her revenge. So what she does is she wants all the fortune. So she becomes the midwife to Baltus's wife, right?
Yes.
So she poisons her. And then Baltus is so upset that he decides to marry the midwife. Yeah. So there you go. So now she's in the marriage bed, she says. So now she's starting her plot. So now she's in there. And she thinks, oh, good, I'm going to get the fortune, right?
Yes.
But she has to kill people off first, because when she found out that Peter Van Garrett secretly married and planned to leave his estate to the wife, she's like, well, shit, I got to kill them off because I'm going to get their money. And then now she realizes that, oh, no, there's more people that know about this. So she's got to she tells all the magistrates, look, this is the deal. I have you in my pocket because I know this about you. If we want to go over that, we can. But she's got the skinny on everybody.
Yeah.
So she finds out
which is sort of Erik referred earlier to the notary going like, against our will, we were brought into this secrecy in this plot. And this is what he was talking about.
So we found out that she knows that the couple that was making out in the corner was Senator Palpatine.
Yeah. So we see another shot of that. It flashes back to it, and it's a different shot. It's not the one we saw at the beginning, because we see him turn and look at Johnny Depp as he's going to that house at the very beginning when he went on the porch, and we see clearly it's the doctor when he turns.
Yes, and the doctor's making out with our favorite actor in this entire film. Thank God you're here. He's making out with the servant.
Yeah.
So she's got him in her pocket, and then we find out that she had sex with the Reverend Steenwick. He was the guy in the woods.
Yes.
He
was the guy in the woods. And they do another shot of that, so we get to see that it was him.
Gross, right? And then so that's the two. And then I forget what the skinny is on the other guys. I almost don't even care anymore about that.
Yeah.
But now she's like, oh my gosh, I got to kill other people because they found out. So she's got to kill the guy that co-signed it, Nazbeth's dad, because he knows about it. He signed it. So she's got to get rid of him so he doesn't know about that will, right? So all those three people about the will, they're all dead. The other people, she's got them in her back pocket, so they're not going to say anything. And then, but you know what? The midwife was told that the other woman was pregnant. She's like, oh, the midwife said that she knows, and she said it right in front of her husband.
Yes.
So she had the horseman kill those three people so that they didn't know about
get rid of that.
Are we all following here?
Yeah, and you point out a good thing that I was going to point out as you went along. When Eric's saying she has to kill these people, she's using the headless horseman to take them out. He's her hitman.
Yeah, the horseman's the hitman, right? So she summons the horseman to kill these people, and the more people she realizes know about this will, that
it's out of control. It's now out of control. It's bedlam in this town.
And then she thought, well, you know what? I gotta get out of the picture. For some reason, she's got to have herself killed. So she fakes her death, but she needs a body. So she lops off the head with the same exquisite skill. She must have learned it from the horseman, because
or did she have
she takes an axe and lops off the servant's head. So
So where are we at on head count, Erik?
No, we're still at 15.
15. Okay.
I guess 16 because of the servant.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if the servant. Yeah, I don't think you've counted her yet.
So 16. And
but that was not a horseman sever.
That was so she needs a body. Are we all good? Are we all with it? All with it? Do you need to rewind anybody? Go back 15 seconds. So she cuts the hand of the servant to make it look like it's the body.
She's the body.
And the only reason she cut her hand in the sex scene was to show Ichabod Crane that it's her dead body. That's the only reason she cuts her hand, and she makes a big deal out of it. That's the only reason why she cuts her hand. And so badly, too. I'm like, Jesus, take it easy, lady. And then the frickin' Ichabod goes to the witch in the Western Woods, the witch. Lo and behold, Art, that's no ordinary witch. That's her sister.
No, her sister stayed in the woods. Stayed in the
Ichabod
woods.
Crane included her, and she has a big mouth. So guess what? Her twin sister lops her head off. Again, with amazing skill. Lops off the head. So that was played by the same actor, by the way. So there you go.
Oh, okay, great.
Same actor.
I was wondering if it was her. Now, so that's where we're at now. 17? Is that 17 heads?
17 heads. And now that means everybody's out of the picture.
Except Katrina,
who is heir to the fortune now. So now she's like, well, you're the last one. So guess what? I'm coming for you. Yeah. And then we see how she does it. She cuts a piece of Katrina's hair that she took while she was sleeping. And she has to do this ritual. And then she summons the horseman, and she's got the horseman's skull.
Yes. So she's got the horseman's skull. And you're just like, I was like, please let it start talking and sound like
that would be awesome. So I got to do this again. Got to kill another person. All right, I'll do it. Yep.
So thanks, Erik, because I think you did a great job. If people are listening, if people are listening and haven't watched this movie, then they're like, because some people, I know people who listen to our podcast sometimes do that. They'll go like, I listened to it and then I want to go watch a movie. You'll understand. You'll just understand so much
and
more.
And there's some of it
as the movie
doesn't
goes on.
Quite.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, why did you pretend to kill yourself? But if you couldn't handle any of that, just know Lady Van Tassel's the bad guy. She married Baltus so she could eventually kill everybody off and take whatever the fortune is, which is, I guess, the land and all the stuff. So she's the bad guy. Surprised. And she was also the little girl broke the twig. That's who she is.
Yeah. And I will say that there's something here thematically that I want to point out is this idea of secrets and conspiracies, how they can't be contained and they just grow and grow, and there's lots of death around it, all stemming from this. I think that there's a little bit of that here. And Katrina's marked. Katrina's marked for beheading.
She gets killed by the horseman, and that's the end of the film. And Van Tassel,
credits roll, and
the bad guy wins, right? No?
Yeah. Johnny Depp comes in, but he does have the makeup on. He does have the ears and the nose. Because now he's gonna fight. It's like when finally the guy puts the superhero costume on. He puts on the Ichabod Crane outfit.
That's awesome.
Stuff. And he's like
ears and a nose. Ready to go.
He grows and thins out like he looks like a scarecrow.
Yep. But now Van Tassel, Lady Van Tassel, is in the windmill. And this is where she brought Katrina to this awesome windmill that they built.
Yeah, which was on the seal. That's on the coat of arms for the that we saw at the beginning. I pointed out with the seal, the wax seal had that windmill on.
And I don't want to make less of this windmill, but it is a Tim Burton windmill. It is awesome. It's everything you think it'll be, and it was constructed as an actual set piece. So it was 60 feet tall or something like that. So
yeah.
So that
people were very impressed with it. I remember reading about it.
That's where they brought Katrina. That's where she brought Katrina. And she summons the horsemen to get Katrina. But our heroes show up, Nazbeth and Ichabod Crane.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, they're going to show up. So we're having our final confrontation here in this windmill set.
Yes, and apparently
is what's going to happen.
She somehow, without getting a lock of hair of Ichabod Crane or Nazbeth, just pointing this out, did she get a lock of hair from everybody? Because all of a sudden she's like, did she text the horseman and go, oh, and by the way, can you get Ichabod and that little brat with the scar on his neck too? Can you do that? And he sends her like a skull emoji. Or like,
oh yeah, like back,
like with thumbs up.
With like a thumb emoji with like a couple of swords and then like a smiling. A skull,
or he's upset,
or something, or
and he gives her that like frowny face, like or
a GIF,
or he sends her a GIF of somebody being like, he's not happy, but he's apparently now he's like, okay, 3 people, I'll do it.
Yeah. So is the idea here the horseman is in this to get his head back? Is the whole idea?
He is an indentured servant, basically. He has got
because she has the head. He has to do what she desires.
She's in control of him.
Right.
So, but if the head is in possession of somebody, they're in control of the horseman. So, meaning the horseman can't do anything to them because they have the head. So he can't just go and retrieve his head, apparently. So he's got to do this stuff. The horseman is almost like, well, he's not a bad guy. He's just got to do his job. But he likes it, though. He does like it.
He did like it in real life. But as we've saw, though, early in the movie, the horseman doesn't necessarily want to kill people that he's not contracted to kill. Like he's like Brom, he was fully willing to ride away and not kill Brom.
Yeah, so he's got some compassion.
I don't know. These are things where I was a little shaky. I didn't quite understand. But anyways, we're at the windmill, Eric. Horseman's coming.
So he's coming, right? And he's coming in the windmill and they have to escape. So I love what the line she says, which apparently was an improv. As they run in to get Katrina, she's like, watch your head. So it was an improv line that they kept in. I think that's awesome.
Oh my God. That's great.
So they're going up the windmill. They're trying to fight. They can't fight the horseman, right? They can't fight him.
No.
So they go up the ladder to the top of the windmill, and the horseman's coming after him, and he's trying to kill them all. And there's a great scene where they close these doors and put like sacks on it, sacks of flour. Very important here. Sacks of flour, and the horseman just cuts through it, and So they have, I'm kind of racing through this, but they have no choice but to go on top of the windmill and do this awesome effect that they did themselves, apparently, is they ride the windmill to the bottom.
Yes.
Yes. And in the meantime, the horseman, because he's like, the horseman's done. He's like, if I have to do one more effing job. So Ichabod drops a lantern that catches on fire. And here's what I didn't know, but in 2 movies now I've seen this as a way to kill people. And I forget what the other one's called, but it was, I forget the movie, but this one guy led another guy into a bakery and he cut all the flour sacks in this bakery. I forget which movie it is. And so when the guy comes into the bakery, he has fans turned on. So there's flour everywhere. And so then he basically, when the guy shoots with his gun and sets off a little bit of spark, the whole place explodes.
Yes, because this is the windmill is now like basically there's flour everywhere. So it's a
flour is combustible. So
yes,
be careful, everyone.
Yeah. It's sort of why when we think about it, grain silos explode sometimes. They have like grain silos explode. Yeah.
So this thing explodes. It is a fabulous.
Yeah.
It's like a nod to a Hammer.
I was wondering if it was. I was like, did they really blow up the windmill, or is this CGI, or is it enhanced with CGI a little bit?
A model.
It looks like a little model of it. Yeah, because it looked good. It looked like a good explosion on the windmill.
And great line, Nazbeth. Is he dead? That's the problem. He was dead to begin with, and then he comes out. Horseman's not dead. Mm-mm.
Yeah. A little like I said, a little like a Michael Myers Jason thing going on with the horseman at this point.
And his outfit is completely fine too. So
yes, it did survive. It's not like, imagine if he came out, he emerged, he was nude, or like the horseman's
oh my gosh, that would be.
He's nothing because the clothes are singed
They're all
off.
Singed off, or he's like it's burned,
or he's like the Terminator, like he's mechanical.
He's mechanical. I like the,
and we're like, everybody's like, what is going on?
I like the nude part, or he's like, it's burned where he's got like a Princess Leia outfit where it's ripped in all the right places. Like, was it the Phantom Menace or one of those where Princess Leia gets, not Princess Leia, whoever it was, the mom.
Amidala or something. Or
that'd be awesome if he had a crop top. He comes out and you could see his abs. He's got sleeveless. Miranda Richardson's like,
Christopher Walken. We're like, what? I'm really confused.
What's going on? Yeah. So now there's a big chase scene, which is awesome.
Yeah. And this chase scene, we should bring up again. A lot of stuff in this chase scene is right from the Disney cartoon. Like right from the Disney cartoon. Because we have the carriage that's being driven, and then we have the horseman is chasing the carriage, and there's just fights on top of the carriage, and at one point, this is from the Disney cartoon, Ichabod falls off the carriage, but the horseman isn't on his horse anymore. The horse is following, and Ichabod ends up on the horseman's horse
backwards,
which is something that happened backwards, which happens in the cartoon.
And we can't, if we break down this scene, we're going to be here till tomorrow.
No.
But it is a fantastic chase scene. Dragged. Johnny Depp did his own stunt for that, and then they end up. The horseman gets on the carriage. They get off the carriage. The carriage flips gloriously. A great car wreck for $17.99 or whatever. Smashes into bits. Kills the horseman. Mm-hmm. That's the end of the movie.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, I would think he doesn't like splinters, but he gets up and he is pissed. He breaks out of the wreckage, and
it's emerging. Yeah, we keep seeing him emerging when you think he's dead. It's like he's not, and he just comes out of burning, or the carriage acts. The detritus of the carriage.
Great scene. Like, when you watch this scene, there's so much going on. It's awesome. Some comedy and everything. But
and we should underline, we've said it before, and Danny Elfman's score during the whole chase scene, it's really it's really fantastic stuff.
But they somehow, one of my favorite words again, inexplicably make it to the the tree.
Yeah, they're at the tree
which
now.
we're forgetting because we've been here all night. The tree of the dead.
Tree of the Dead, which is the grave site of the
And can you
Hessian,
tell me
the headless horseman. Mm-hmm.
how Lady Van Tassel made it here so quickly? Was she waiting for them? Would she take a cab?
I don't know.
Is it right around the corner?
Because I don't know the distance that they've traveled from the windmill. They were on a chase for going really fast for a long time. So maybe they were going in circles.
Wrong direction. I don't know. But this is where I think she's got a gun. Everybody has that pistol, man, that flintlock pistol.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, that's right, run and skip and jump. I think she does that there. And then
was that improv too? I wonder.
But she shoots Ichabod, right in the chest. So he's out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, this is something where if you pay even half pay attention to movies, even my first time through, Eric, I knew I knew where that was going.
So he might not be dead then.
I was like, I knew, I was like, okay.
And there's she's got Katrina, and she's like, here she is. And we see that she's got the skull. She brought it with her. Right?
Mm-hmm.
She's carrying it in a little sack, and the horseman's coming up.
Do you need to have it when you're summoning him?
You need to have it on your person to control him.
You need to, So she has it, and then she sort of bends Katrina back, puts the neck out there for her. Just making it easy. For him to do that.
So the horseman's coming for her, and he's gonna kill her. In the meantime, they're fighting over the skull, and she's got the upper hand. And you see the skull, they're going for it like it's Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom. They're chasing after it. And then who saves the day? Frickin' Nazbeth grabs a piece of wood and wham, whacks her on the back. Right?
Yes. He's the hero. He's like,
the hero.
I know.
So Ichabod's got the skull. And he's like, horseman. And the horseman, I love the horseman without a head goes, huh? It's great acting without a head. He just, because he's about to kill Katrina, but then he's like, wait, my head.
Yeah. I've been waiting for that.
I've been waiting for, there it is. You can go.
Now we're sounding a little like
John Travolta.
Danny Zuko from Grease.
Hey, where?
Hey, over
Here's
here.
Your head.
My head.
Here's your head. Where? What? Wait, whoa, Sandy. He starts singing, I got my head. But it's a great shot of where Ichabod throws the head and the horseman catches it
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then
it's it's Christopher Walken's back in the movie.
But not after
the head
an elaborate the head. Watch this, spend time in the scene, because we got the head on, it's not connected, it's awesome. All this, another Tim Burton face, another large.
It's putting the head back on. He's got to get it back on, and he hasn't had it on for a long time, so it's got to be be the right fit. It's like,
but then Christopher Walken's head is back, and he
with his teeth.
But this time he's got crazy eye. He's got the blue. He's got demon eyes. So
because he is dead now. He's an undead person or something. Yeah. So, but he's not finished with Lady.
No.
He's not finished with our.
But what I like also is that, as if he's not been riding the horse the whole time, he pets the horse. He's like, "There you go. I'm back, honey." So we know he's got compassion, right, for at least this horse. Yep.
Yeah.
But he needs a date, apparently.
Oh, a date for the afterlife. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is a little, this is, so we've been primed with those razor sharp teeth. In real life, he was using them just for intimidation.
Yeah, but now he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So Lady Von Tassel
he picks her up.
Puts
her on the horse.
Picks her up. And then, then he's going to seal it with a kiss.
But not before. He gives her this look on. He's like, oh, hey. He's got this. Where have you been all my life? Hey. I mean, it's just, I almost wish they had sound effects where he went doink, 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 doink with his, and this is like kissing someone for the first time when you forgot you had braces. That's what this is.
He bares his teeth to go into the kiss. And we just know what's going to happen.
Yep.
He just bites in. And the way they do it is he goes in for the kiss, so his teeth go right onto the lips, but we see the blood dripping down her face on the side.
Yep. But yet they still somehow keep it where I thought it was a little bit of a ripoff because he was gnawing at her face. And when she pulls away, it's just blood. There's no gore. So I thought, all right.
In a movie that would go harder, you would have seen the lips off and just her teeth. You would have seen, So he's basically had her lips as a snack.
Yeah.
And
as they say in French, he takes her away to Chez Horseman.
Yeah. Well, the horse, we saw him come out of the tree before, and he's going to go back into the tree, and she's going with him.
Yep. Into the vagina. They all get sucked right up. And this is where I'm like, okay, just so we make sure she's dead, because she's in the tree. She didn't go to hell. Her body's in the trees because we see her. It's a weird shot for me. Isn't it weird for you?
The tree sort of closes around her hand. Her hand's still there. But you're right. It was sort of like the horse and him and her went into the tree, but her hand sort of stayed out. And it looks a little like it's going to beckon. It like the finger starts to go. But I was like, it was that thing of like, did they decide, was it going to becken? And then they maybe shot it beckoning and they were like, that's
I think it's just that when you're dead, that dead
like,
hand where you. That one.
So they're just going to leave it there? Or are they going to go into the tree to get her body afterwards?
Here's why, Art, is because the heads are in there. The heads aren't in hell. The heads are in the tree. So any dead bodies that he brings are in the tree. So her whole body is in there. That's why she dead.
Okay.
Yep. And so
when like a hunter, like 200 years later goes there, he's just going to be taking a leak on the side of the tree and go like, oh, there's this skeleton hand poking out of the.
But not before he trips in the freaking open grave of the horseman, because his body's still there.
Yeah, that's right.
Another fun fact, just while we're going there, is he's got his head back now, right? Okay, so now is it in the grave as well? Because she gave him the skull, his own skull. So does that mean the grave?
Yeah, and he put it on his head.
So did the skull?
But yet there was a body in the grave.
So does the skull? This is really important, especially after a long podcast. Where is the skull appear now next to his body? We don't know. And can you take the sword without repercussions? I'd take that sword. But
just to stay on it for a second, Eric.
Let's do it.
So earlier, the way you fixed that, if you wanted to, was when they were at the grave site in the earlier in the movie, when we saw him emerge, right? They were at the grave site, they uncovered it, and they saw that there was no head. Should they have had something where when he emerged from the tree and took off, they looked down in the grave and that body was not in the grave? Ooh. So maybe the body only exists in the grave when he's not
because
there. I'm just thinking out loud.
You just reminded me, not only did the sword get more vines on it, roots, but it shows the body, and the body also gets grabbed with roots. So no, that body's not going anywhere.
So the body is getting, the tree's taking energy from these things, and that's how he's going out. It's okay. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah.
Yep. So I think the tree actually becomes a national landmark, and it's like a tourist attraction.
Like you go there,
you want to go see the tree? It's still got the finger sticking out.
Right. Kids are carving on it, like
coming out
and stuff like that. Yeah, they have to go clear beer bottles. The kids often, it's like they're
national parks get a hold of it. They rope it off and ruins it for everyone. Really,
it really does.
It take pictures.
Yeah, you can't go in there. You can't hold the sword for your selfies. Like you got your hand on the.
You're beckoning with your own hand. Yes, you're doing shots of you like this. With the.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, it's like.
There's those cutouts that you stick your head in, except the cutouts you don't stick your head in.
How does that work? Like,
but they're alive.
Well, no, the cutout works, right? The head's blocked off, but your body, you put it.
So you're just seeing your body. Wow. That's what happened though.
You put the babies up on the horse on Daredevil, like it's a
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, you're
like
trying to pull out the sword.
People hold the like you do with the Clydesdales at the statue at the Budweiser.
So many
brewery.
things. Yes. And at Christmas time,
Yeah,
they
you can do that,
decorate
yeah.
the tree for the holiday season.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like she's got the ornaments hanging, but their heads they hang
head.
ornaments or heads.
So,
Yeah, they're like, but they're in ornament. Like it's like the circular spheres, but they're all
yeah. And you go to the go to the
gosh.
gift shop. They got all kinds of. They got the mini sword. They got the little plushy horse. They get the little heads. You can get the horse. You can buy a little figurine of the horseman and put the skull on it. Boop, it's detachable. Get Ichabod's book, the little thing with the cardinal. This is a great gift shop. I want to go. Are we gonna go?
It's awesome. This is a great attraction that I was
Sleepy
like,
Hollow.
We're talking about it. I'm like, I'd like to go there.
It's around
and
here.
see
We
this-
can go.
this
You come back
place,
here. But no, I guess we're gonna finish the movie.
Yeah, we got to finish
All
the
right.
movie. A great love story that we've had. We really wanted to see
We
these
really
two together, Ichabod and Katrina. I mean, that's like they built it up so that I'm just like, it only works if they're these two
must be
lovebirds get
together.
together. They must be together,
Right? And they are.
Yeah,
They are because
they ride out. They ride out. She's gonna, and also she's heading to the city.
yes. Well,
the
when
big
they
city.
ride out, it's a
They're going to the big city.
completely different color palette now. They did away with
Yes,
the blues.
it
It's
is.
all like vibrant.
The curse is lifted. It's nice. Yeah, the nice, and they go to New York City, and you just see a full New York City. And I think we're also supposed to think turn of the century modernism.
Oh, yeah.
We're leaving those primitive Dutch
Right.
superstitious people behind,
Right.
and
And it
we're going
because it's going to be the year 1800.
1800,
And they
yeah.
adopted little
The 19th
Nazbeth.
Yes,
You're
yeah.
gonna see about, see if they can do anything about that scar that they never talk about. And then Beetlejuice Nod is her outfit is basically Beetlejuice. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
Christina
I didn't
Ricci's
notice it,
outfit is a freaking white and black striped Beetlejuice dress, and all I could think of was like, okay, all right, Tim, I get it. Yes, you directed Beetlejuice. Good for you. Oh,
Okay.
wait. I know this is such a short podcast. I have to add shit. But
Okay.
Michael Keaton as the Headless Horseman.
I gotta.
He can work because the teeth are almost Beetlejuice had those teeth, so we just got to make him a little sharper. And he's
He would talk his way through the whole thing.
I've been down to that hole so long.
All right, guys.
How long have I been down there?
Gonna take their heads, not me.
Hey.
It's up to me.
How about a smooch? How about a smooch?
Hey, it's me. I'm back in the church. Can't come in. Gonna invite me in or what?
Come on. Because you know all the dialogue that the horseman had. This one. So that's is that
That's it. That's Sleepy Hollow. And no sequel. No Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow 2, The Return of the Horseman.
You could imagine it. I could imagine
my
they
God.
tried them trying.
But it's in the
Right.
it's in the underworld, and he's trying to have like a life with Van Tassel. It's all about it's like a comedy drama. Right? Wow, this is here's the interesting thing about this movie is we've got so much. We didn't realize there was so much exposition as well. We should just do movies where it's 4 scenes.
Yeah.
I love the movie.
it's-
so there.
It's a good movie.
You're gonna tell me if you like
Let's talk about I really like this movie. I wasn't sure going in because I didn't have much memory of it. I had watched it at home and didn't have much memory of it. So because we're talking a long time. I if I saw it sort of when it first came out on video, we're talking 20 something years ago that I saw it probably.
1999.
Yeah. So I probably would have seen it around 2000 or something. So yeah, so I didn't know. When the movie started, I was very happy seeing all of the artistry and craftsmanship that went into it. that sort of the Hollywood. This is Hollywood making a movie. Like it's like this is them, all this skill, all this artistry being put to it, and a visionary director. You have a person with a vision behind it. So at the beginning, I'm like, okay, this is great. Now, I did have parts of the movie that I thought it could have been cleaner, or maybe even dispense with something. Like I said, like the love story, the love triangle. They seem extraneous to me in some ways. So I was sort of like, either cut them out or work on them so that I'm invested in them. Do you see what I mean? I felt like they sort of...
You weren't invested in their 30-second love affair?
No, I wasn't, at all. And also, I thought there were too many conspirators. I love all the actors, and I don't want to get rid of any of them, but I thought that the conspiracy plot got a little near, especially driving towards the end, Erik. I'm going to say it again. People who've listened to us, and you know this, these movies sometimes we do where we're driving towards the end and suddenly they have to stop for all this exposition to make sure that you understand what's going on driving into the climax. And you're sort of like, no, don't slow down now and feed me all this stuff that I'm half going to remember. So that being said, those are my sort of hesitations about the movie. It's gorgeous. It's inventive. The visuals, they bring this landscape and this community to life in a great way. I think I love how they use they make it scary, but not we watch a lot of movies where it's sort of, how can we be scary on a low budget gore level? This is trying to make it scary on a high Hollywood budget and aesthetic level. So those kills with the heads coming off, it really does get you. And the horseman it thrills you when he's coming, and the hoofbeats and the way that they shoot it, it makes you sort of, whoa, he's coming, the horseman. And they figure out different ways to do that in different parts of the movie. And especially, like you said, that last chase is very thrilling. And so there's lots and lots of stuff that I love about this movie. And I want to go back and, like you said, watch parts of it again. As a whole, watching it through again, I'm a little like, there are parts where I think it slows down, or it's a little convoluted. It's a little like even his flashbacks to his mom, where they're beautiful and they're shot well and they're very Tim Burton-ish, but I'm like, I think it could have been cleaner. And like you said, you appreciated the movie didn't go into Tim Burton land, didn't go into that realm. And my thing is, stay with that. Stay with what you're liking and I'm liking about it, and make us feel that tug that Ichabod has, that conflict Ichabod has. Make us feel it in a different way than those flashbacks. So I'm kind of, I know it sounds like I'm nitpicking the movie a little bit.
It doesn't sound like you're nitpicking,
but I think that these things,
you absolutely are. That's okay though. It's okay.
But these things I'm mentioning, I think, contribute to the overall things in the movie that I think could be more successful in this movie. So I am going to recommend this movie because I think it's a yes. I'm going to recommend Sleepy Hollow, but
of course you are.
He's giving me Christopher Walken eyes. Yeah, I'm going to recommend Sleepy Hollow. So, but I'm going to say, I think this movie is there's something about it that that keeps it for me from being great, like a legit great movie. And so that's my opinion here, and I want to hear your opinion. And I think I have a feeling I'm going to hear your opinion about my opinion.
What? All right,
So let's okay. All right.
No.
All right, Erik. What did you think of Sleepy Hollow?
I'm going to
Erik?
give you some negatives to start. How about that? All right.
Okay. You don't have to give negatives. It's all right.
Just because.
Yeah.
Just for you. I think that the Johnny Depp backstory, not necessarily that's a skipper for me. When I watch this movie again for the blankety blank time, I skipped through that. Also, the two scenes were like, "You've bewitched me." Oh yeah, I skipped that, and I skipped the.
Erik is referencing the courtship of Katrina and Ichabod.
I skipped the going to the this is see the archer. I skipped those. Otherwise, I love Sleepy Hollow. Well, yes, the other negative, would be it does Tim Burton a little bit when it doesn't need to. When we see the horseman put his skull on, he goes, bleh! I'm like, I don't need that. And Christopher Walken, I'm like, okay. Other than that, love it. I love the atmosphere. I love so many heads. That's why there's so many people in this movie, because he just wanted to.
Because he got to get all the heads.
Lop off as many heads as he could. He doesn't care. The exposition. I guess she could have said, "No, I did it because I want everybody's money." The end. But I think it's fantastic. The special effects, the mood, costumes, everything. So I recommend this movie to anyone.
Yeah.
And it's good.
I just want
it's a good movie. I don't know why you don't think it's a classic. It's good. It's good. It's good. So there you go.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'll just to tack on there. I think when I say about the conspirators and there's too many conspirators, what I'm really saying is I'm down for this movie. I'm in this movie's corner. Oh, we're going to have a detective coming to Sleepy Hollow and deducing what we're going to have a mystery. And then the mystery to me got convoluted. The mystery part of it and the uncovering of the mystery. I did have my chance. No, I know.
No, you're done.
You're like,
you can't. You said you'd recommend it. So you can, you know what?
Okay.
Okay.
So what we have to do is, I am stalling.
Oh, you're
Erik.
stalling?
I'm stalling because we don't have a rating system to put on this movie, because we're always saying we're going to come up with a rating system for our podcast where we can just give a rating and people will know what that means.
Yep.
Something that applies to all.
Same rating as every freaking film we've done. Rating system. And I know what you're like, Eric's going to say this. So I'm going to say it.
Okay.
But then I'm going to say the other one.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
9 out of 10 severed heads. However, that's not what we've been using.
Okay. What have we been using?
Using 9 out of 10 Mary Poppins animatronic cardinals. I think that's what we use.
And that could be at the headlet. That could be at the Tree of the Dead park too.
Oh my
they could
God!
have a little
Art,
thing
they're
with
selling
like
the
up in the
like battery operated cardinals. You know how they sound like that?
Well, that's great, right?
So yeah.
So
9 out of 10 cardinals, buddy.
That's right. 9 out of 10 cardinals. All right, great. So now we can apply that to every movie, and people will know what we're talking about.
Movie. Forget the severed heads. Okay. Forget that nonsense.
All right, Erik. Well, this has been great, Erik. I've really enjoyed talking about this movie with you. It has. It's really fun. I love this movie. I really do wish, Erik, that I could see it on a big screen. I envy that you got to see it on a huge screen like they have in LA at those places like Man's Chinese, because it's gorgeous and thrilling, and like seeing it in imagine seeing it in like an IMAX now with like that sound.
Imagine Lisa Marie floating in the air on a
Well, we should say that people, we want to know what you think about Sleepy Hollow. Some people actually write in and tell us what their thoughts are on the movies, and it's great to hear from people. You can contact us at midnightcinemapod@gmail.com and write in and tell us that, or recommend movies that you might want to hear Erik and I talk about. You can find us on the web at midnightcinemapod.com. You can check us out there, all of our episodes. Speaking of all our episodes, subscribe to us on any of your favorite podcast apps, Apple, Spotify. We're out there on any of them. And if you are on any of those services, please give us a rating and a review on those services. Because we do have people actually email us and contact us or contact us and go how much they like it. But then we want you to also put it out there to the world. Make up an anonymous handle if you want to, but put it out on those services and go like, hey, this is great. Because then that really helps us spread the word on those services. Because when people come across it, they see all of your wonderful words about it, and then they want to click on it and listen to us talk about these movies. So please do that. And join us next week. We're going to have another movie queued up here for the Midnight Cinema Podcast. Erik, this has been great.
Yes, we'd love to hear from you, even if you are selling something.
It was a horseman! Headless!